Nobody does it Bennett. Yes, I've gone and said it. Movies and games, some things that are lame. Nobody does it Bennett.
Hello, and welcome to Nobody Does It Bennett. Worst of the worst. I am your host, The Greg Bennett Experience, and tonight I'm joined by Matt as we go through the movie Mission Impossible 2. Couldn't do Mission Impossible without doing that meh as well. You got to.
Exactly. As soon as it kicked in the show, I was like, oh, that's right. They didn't play it for a good 15 minutes, though. Played it at the start, and then they played it 15 minutes after, and they played it just by the end.
And it's just in that remixy kind of like techno kind of style.
Yeah, it's good.
I'm more like the classic, just get into
the horns.
Yeah. Matt, welcome back. Are you ready to accept this mission of doing the podcast with me?
I am indeed, sir.
Good, because it's going to self-destruct in probably about... Well, how long is it going to go for? Probably about an hour and a half, 2 hours. Yeah. Sometime in there. Beep, beep, beep.
Imagine he just didn't take them off. He just didn't pick up on it.
Just didn't hear it, yeah.
Clyde. I'm sorry, Clyde. Yeah.
What we'll do in tonight's show is run through the movie Mission Impossible 2, acting out certain scenes with their own unique voices. We will also give you our ratings at the end. You'll notice, Matt, that I have changed the rating categories now to be the same as the MRU categories. I found that the old worst of the worst categories were hard to explain, and now the movies we judged on the same standards as an MRU movie. This gives us a better side-by-side comparison.
No, that's fair.
But first, we'll give you a brief introduction with her own Mission Impossible history, as well as go through the box office and Rotten Tomatoes scores for the 7 films that have been released so far. This podcast was recorded before Mission Impossible Final Reckoning was released. That's right, I'm classing in Dead Reckoning Part 1 as well, which I haven't seen yet.
No, I haven't either, but...
So I haven't seen the 7th film, but yeah, I've seen every other Mission Impossible so far.
I've only seen 3.
Ooh, which one have you seen?
First one, the second one, the third one. Keep to the classics. The same as how I watch Star Wars, basically, 4, 5, and 6.
You don't know what you're missing.
There'll be a lot.
Yeah. That's if you haven't watched the first 3, all I'll say is you don't know what you're missing.
How many more face changes are there?
Well, there's a few face changes, but just it steps up. It really does. Matt, what are your experiences with the Mission Impossible movies in general, as well as Mission Impossible 2?
I only watched the first 3 just because, yeah, I'm a classics man. I like just watching them back in the day. I feel like, yeah, for me, a lot of movies that come out now defeated the purpose of what they had when I was younger, I guess. It's good for me to reminisce on not too much. Because, yeah, if there's too much going on in a movie like Fast and Furious 312, yeah, and they're flying in outer space or, you know, just there's too much going on.
But the thing is, that if they did Mission Impossible in space, you know that Tom Cruise would have to find a way to actually do it in space.
He would. He'd fly up in Richard Branson's thing and just be like, just put me in zero gravity. I'll do the stunts from here. And they'll just CGI in a space station in the background, up there for 3 days, just going up between the atmosphere.
Just to get their one shot.
You've now got blood poisoning. Oh, it was worth it.
And what about Mission Impossible 2? What are your thoughts on the movie itself?
I love the movie. Yeah, it's a great typical action movie. The last fight scene goes for a good 25 minutes, surely. There's about 20 different things that go on in it. Tom Cruise does all his own stunts. You can't really fault it. Oh, you can, but there's a lot that you can...
You can't fault it, but you can.
Yeah, you can't fault the fighting scenes where you can, but yeah. It's one of those movies that I sat there and just went, oh my God, that's right. Basically the whole way through it. Yeah, that's good though.
Fair enough. Mission Impossible films are something that I've watched from the very beginning. And in order too. I've always found them entertaining, but have certainly taken on a life of their own over the past decade or so. Not all of them are amazing, but I would have to say as a whole, it's one of the greatest action movie franchises ever. And that's mainly thanks to the last 3 movies.
Oh.
First 3 I would rate actually, first trilogy, which is very, very rare in the movie series, is inferior to the last 3 by a wide margin. The first Mission Impossible, it's okay. It's fine. It has elements. It's Brian De Palma.
There's a lot of action, a lot of explosions.
It's fine, and we'll get into my views of what I think about Mission Impossible 2 a little bit after we go through the film. And Mission Impossible 3 I enjoy as well. Like, it's probably the most underrated of the Mission Impossible movies, because when it came out, there was the controversy of him jumping on the couch on Oprah and talking about how much he's in love with Katie Holmes. That was actually for publicity, I believe, for Mission Impossible 3.
Oh, is that? I thought it was just him kind of having a bit of a breakdown live.
Well, it kind of was, but he was just so excited to be getting married. But that was also part of the Mission Impossible. I think he was on the interview trains for that.
Yeah, he still would have been pumped up probably, because a lot of actors are method actors in a way, so they kind of adhere to the character. So it wouldn't surprise me if that's what Ethan would do, jump up on the couch like, ah.
And 3, I think it's actually really good. It's directed by J.J. Abrams. Philip Seymour Hoffman is the villain in that. It's so good.
I need to rewatch that.
They actually talk about Tom Cruise and his fiancée in that. Like, what did we talk about that place? So the other thing they talk about is actually Lake Wanaka.
Oh.
Of course, Tom Cruise has been over here for last summer.
Yeah.
He's been to New Zealand quite a few times. In Mission Impossible Fallout, where they go to a country between India and Pakistan, and it's actually filmed in Central Otago.
Oh, really? Because, I remember watching on the news years ago, like Tom Cruise is in New Zealand, coming off the plane.
Yeah, and like put away all the private, personal stuff on his side. When he was over here for Last Samurai, he used to go onto the radio. Didn't have to. Went on the radio, I think, every Monday or Tuesday on The Edge and talked to them, and did like an interview, and also had people ring up and ask him questions for like an hour.
That's quite cool. It's very humble.
It's really awesome. And like, so people who meet him say he's very nice to them.
Yeah, very energetic as well.
One of the hard, if not the hardest worker in Hollywood for an actor.
Yeah, 100%.
He's like, just him and Keanu Reeves probably be neck and neck for who works harder. But as a professional side of things, not many actors you're not going to get more out of than him. But I don't know him personally, and that's none of my business. Tom Cruise movies, I'm always looking forward to them.
Always just been his true, authentic self, really, on and off screen.
Mission Impossible 2, of course, is a John Woo film and feels very much like one. For better or worse, it has a style like none of the others in the film franchise. But how much do I like it? Find out at the end of our show. So, Matt, shall we go through the box office and Rotten Tomatoes scores for Mission Impossible movie series?
I'm actually excited to see how much they all made accumulatively. That's quite cool, because how many years are between the first and the last?
So the first one was in 1996, and the new one, 2023.
Made me tear up a little bit. That's insane. That holds up so well now. That's insane. Oh, wow.
So for the box office here, all totals are approx, and they're in US dollars. Mission Impossible in 1996, or released in 1996, had a budget of $80 million, which in 2023 terms is $154 million, almost double.
That's a lot of money.
Its box office was $457 million, which today is $888 million.
Shy of $1 billion.
I'm not sure if it's supposed to be a style of an action franchise or just a movie that Brian De Palma wanted to make.
Yeah.
In today's terms, it wouldn't be far off $1 billion.
That's insane.
For Rotten Tomatoes, Matt, what do you think the critics gave Mission Impossible in 1996?
They're a lot harsher now than they were then.
More critical, you might say.
Yeah. 72?
You're actually not far off. Critics gave Mission Impossible from 1996 a 66%.
Oh, fair.
I find it's fair too. It's good. Remember, Rotten Tomatoes is about not how much I like it, but how many people like it.
Yeah, that's true. It's a collective hive mind score, really.
Exactly. For the audience, what do you think the audience gave Mission Impossible from 1996?
America loves action, I'd say.
But it's not an action film.
It's not, is it? It's a spy film, really.
Yeah, it's only a spy kind of thriller.
85, 84? Yeah, 84%.
You would have been close if you guessed for your critics score. Audience score for Mission Impossible in 1996 is 71%.
Ooh, thought too high of them. But that's all right. That's not bad either, though.
It's good. It's a good place for a movie to be in the 70s. Is not bad, especially for the first movie in a franchise. Good start. Mission Impossible 2.
Oh, that was only the first one. Oh my god, this is going to be intense.
Mission Impossible 2 was released in the year 2000. Its budget was $125 million.
There was a lot in that, like even just hiring that helicopter.
4 years difference. Because of how well it did the first one, they decided to put about $45 million more into it.
Well, they made 4 times their budget, didn't they?
Yeah.
So that's...
So like, get John Woo.
half of that to Tom Cruise and the rest to everybody else.
And then get John Woo and see what happens. This is John Woo that's only a couple years off Face Off as well. So this is prime John Woo.
True. Face Off I loved that movie. There's a lot of this in that movie too.
In any John Woo film, there's a lot of the same kind of elements.
I'm going to take his face and put it on your face.
So the budget was $125 million, which is $221 million in 2023. The box office was $546 million, so it didn't make as much.
In 2000 and...
In 2000, 4 years after the first one made $888 million, so $300 million less.
What comparatively came out at that time?
Year 2000, so it was a year after The Matrix.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Around about 2000, I think, like the Swordfish in the action movie, which didn't do superbly well.
No Batmans at that time? No,
No, because it was between Batman, because Batman and Robin was 97 and 2005 was Batman Begins. Spider-Man was 2002.
Oh, yeah. No, yeah. So there is a bit of a...
X-Men, I think, came out in 2000. The first X-Men.
Oh, the first... Yeah, yeah. Oh, with Patrick Stewart and... Oh, well, yes, yes. Yeah,
There's a good reason there why that came out at the same time here, because the bad guy in this is actually supposed to be Wolverine in X-Men.
Whoa.
He was cast as Wolverine. But then, because of scheduling conflicts, he had to choose between Mission Impossible 2 or X-Men. And he's like, a Tom Cruise film that's already successful, or a comic book movie where they've never been successful before, other than maybe Blade, slightly.
True.
What do I go for? So he went for Mission Impossible 2. Okay, we'll see if we can find some other actor. And they found some unknown actor named Hugh Jackman, of course, to play Wolverine.
Nailed it. Australian actor, just Hugh Jackman out of nowhere.
And they actually asked the actor, I can't remember the name, we'll come across it when I get the notes here, we'll set across it, but they asked him if he regrets not going for X-Men. And he goes, no, because otherwise the world wouldn't have got Hugh Jackman.
True. No, that's fair.
Sometimes things happen for a reason.
And now we've got Ryan Reynolds and him acting like complete dicks on screen, and I cannot wait for that.
So good. So yeah, so 546, so that's $967 million in 2023, or 2023. Rotten Tomato scores, what do you think the critics gave Mission Impossible 2?
48.
You're getting close. Critics gave Mission Impossible 2 a 56%. Audience, what do you think the audience gave Mission Impossible 2?
Anything like the last one, I'd say about 62, 61.
The audience gave Mission Impossible 2 a 42%. Fans didn't like it.
There were a lot of B-grade actors, not B-grade, but there were a lot of actors that were just kind of thrown in the mix, and then Anthony Hopkins should have always had more.
It's not the same kind of movie, and maybe that's what put people off it, because Mission Impossible's, I think the fourth movie is where it found its identity. The first trilogy was all about finding what makes Mission Impossible movies work.
Because when did the first Top Gun come out?
First Top Gun came out in 86.
Yeah, so there's still 10
10
years.
years before Mission Impossible. We're all trying to figure things out, and this one was like, let's try and make a more James Bond type of movie.
Yeah, they did, didn't they? Yeah.
People were like, you know what? I'm not feeling it. Mission Impossible 3 came out in 2006. The budget was $150 million, which is $227 million in 2023, with a box office of a disappointing $398. So that's about $200 million less than Mission Impossible 2. Almost.
Dropped in big quarters, didn't it?
Yeah, almost $200 million less so. $602 million in 2023 it would have been. So you still look at that and think it'd been pretty successful now, especially with everything going on the last few years.
Yeah, 100%.
602, I think some people would take that.
Did you say 2006?
So 398 in 2006, 602 in today's terms.
That would have been King Kong come out about then? The Peter Jackson one?
That was around about the time, 2005 I think was King Kong, but close to.
Just trying to think of all the movies, and the comparison.
But 2006 was a year before Spider-Man 3. 2 years before the MCU.
Spider-Man 3, the one with Sandman, and that was a good movie. I did like that.
It's where it kind of,
turned to poos, but...
Went off the rails a little bit. I love that film still.
I love it, yeah. I think that movie's great.
So much fun. So, 398 million. Rotten Tomato scores. What do you think the critics gave Mission Impossible 3?
31.
Critics gave Mission Impossible 3 a 71%.
Oh!
So I still think it's underrated because I think it's close to the newer ones than the older ones.
Yeah, that holds up quite well, actually.
Pretty well. The audience, what do you think the audience gave Mission Impossible 3?
I'd say 63%.
Ooh, we're not far off. Audiences gave Mission Impossible 3 a 69%.
That's not too bad either. That's pretty good.
But still, I still consider it the most underrated of any of the series so far. Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol came out in 2011. Of course, was directed by Brad Bird, who was known for animation at the time. He directed The Incredibles, and he's also a writer, I think, on
The Simpsons.
I love The Incredibles. It's such a good movie.
The budget was $145 million, $196 million in 2023, which is roughly what most of the movies have been budgeted for. Third one was $150 million, and Mission Impossible 2. Oh no, it was $125. So everything's around about $125 to $150.
And a lot of that goes to Tom. Because he does everything himself, though. You don't need to hire anybody else to do the stunts. But if he breaks something there...
Well, like his leg at the time, he broke his ankle on one of them.
I think that was Ghost Protocol.
No, it was in Fallout.
Oh, was it? Yeah.
He was jumping across the building, and you can actually see in the slow-mo how his leg twists and it slams into the building.
And they just played that scene. Oh,
He got back up and ran because he said, if I don't get up and run now, then we're going to have to do it again. So he willed himself back up the building and to run off screen so he wouldn't have to do it again.
He's mad.
Yep, guys, I've broken my ankle. I'm sorry, I'll probably be out for a few months.
Because he hurt himself on that motorbike scene when he was going backwards. And I think it was Ghost Protocol. There's one of them, he was driving a motorbike through streets and he screwed his back and just kept playing through it. It was like, yeah, and then like jumped off a building and it's like, he should have just not.
He says some days he goes home and is bathed in ice for hours just so he can get ready for the next day.
Oh, God, he'd probably be up at 6 the next morning.
Yeah, it's like a sports athlete, really, isn't it? So $145 million, which is $196 million in 2023. The box office was $694 million. So $941 million in 2023, almost $1 billion today's terms. 694 is a pretty good bounce back.
That is pretty good. How many years apart?
It was 5 years from Mission Impossible 3, and Mission Impossible 3 did $398 million compared to 694, almost double.
There was a big kick in technology around then, though, with CGI and all that.
This is the movie when Mission Impossible became Mission Impossible for me. When they started to realise that it's a good story. The story actually gets a lot better and it gets more connected together. And someone who I was listening to and watching on YouTube was saying that this is when they started actually talking about the previous movies. So this actually feels like part of the series, rather the first three feel like separate movies put together.
Yeah, I feel that, yeah.
Different styles. They actually went back and recognised the other ones. They finally got the core team right and perfect, so they didn't have to keep switching them in per movie. And they realised that Tom Cruise doing a big stunt was going to be the thing that actually pushed things over the limit where no one else could do them, because no one else was willing to do what Tom Cruise was wanting to do. In this one, he climbs up the tallest building in the world in Saudi Arabia.
Was that Ghost Protocol?
That's Ghost Protocol.
So I have seen that one then. Okay, yeah, so I was thinking I've only seen 3. I thought that was a Jason Bourne movie. It's not. Yeah, so that was Tom Cruise, yeah.
And Ghost Protocol so far, like in the series, I haven't seen Dead Reckoning Part 1. I might change. Ghost Protocol is my favourite in the series so far. I love the movie.
Well, I want to watch them all again, actually. Yeah.
694 million. The Rotten Tomato scores, what do you think critics gave Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol?
79?
Critics gave Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol a 93%.
Yeah. Boy, that's a kick right in the face. That's a here you go. 93. Not in the face, but it's a kick into the sky.
The most successful Mission Impossible until this was, I believe, from critics, was Mission Impossible 3 with 71%. And now it goes to 93%.
93. Well, the next ones have a lot to catch on if Ghost Protocol got that.
Yeah. What do you think the audience gave Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol?
I'd say 76, 77.
Audiences gave Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol from 2011 a 76%.
Ooh.
There you go, you're bang on. 76%.
Yeah, because 93, it always drops a little about, yeah.
Weird, because quite often in the movie series, especially action ones, audience usually like the movies a lot more than critics.
Yeah, than the critics. Yeah, 93. Who watched it? It must have just been faultless for because how is the movie portrayed? More of like an action...
It's a mixture of spy thriller action, but it has a great kind of threading story through it.
Yeah, it is a bit of a thriller. Yeah, they are thrillers in a way.
The elements of the gadgets, the action, they do the balance right. Like everything else either kind of leaned too much into one side, like either thriller or action or drama.
And there's a good amount of stress.
Yeah, and this one has got the balance just right. That was Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol. Mission Impossible Rogue Nation came out in 2015 or 2015. The budget again was $150 million, which is $193 million in 2023. The box office was $682 million, so $877 million in 2023 terms. Going by this, just by sheer numbers, it's only $12 million less than what Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol did, and that was pretty much a smash hit.
Oh my goodness.
Rotten Tomatoes, what do you think critics gave Mission Impossible Rogue Nation?
54.
Mission Impossible Rogue Nation from 2015, the critics gave it a 94%.
Oh my God, one more than the other one, okay.
Now, what do you think the audiences gave Mission Impossible Rogue Nation?
I'd have to be about the same as the last one if critics have gone the same, but it's hard to
to fathom.
52? No, 62.
Audiences gave Mission Impossible Rogue Nation an 87%.
Oh, that's way up there.
Mission Impossible Fallout from 2018. The budget was 178 million, so this is the first time it's over 150. 178 million, which would be 216 million in 2023. Its box office was 791 million. 960 million in today's terms in 2023, so almost $1 billion.
That's insane. Imagine the first one did that. That would be like $2.4 billion or something comparatively.
Rotten Tomatoes scores, what do you think critics gave Mission Impossible Fallout?
77?
Mission Impossible Fallout from 2018. Critics gave it a 97%.
Went up an extra 3%. They're like, it's getting better.
What do you think the audience gave it?
86.
Audience gave Mission Impossible Fallout an 88%.
Whoa.
So close. And last but not least, we have Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1, which came out in 2023. Box office so far, I've put so far because the movie still is currently in theatres. The budget was 291 million. I'm not sure if that counts both parts though. I tried to see if it was part 1, part 2 budgets, but it wouldn't give me the budget for part 2.
It would make sense so if you split them into two halves.
Be pretty close to what everything else is. It's 291. It's pretty much say $300 million. That's
2 hours a piece.
That's split 150 in half, which is usually the average kind of budget for a Mission Impossible film. So 291 might be for both parts.
If not, that's a 3.5 hour movie. Yeah, that's big.
The box office so far is 370 million. This is 3 weeks after release.
It's at 370 mil.
Maybe 2 months it'll be at the movies for. It's still got about 5 weeks to go. Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning finished with 571.1 million at the box office.
Also may do special viewings for people who are just like, I didn't get to see it.
The only thing I can see against it is Oppenheimer and Barbie are out at the same time, and they might kind of cannibalize the numbers for Mission Impossible.
Barbie's going to be huge, yeah. Oppenheimer's huge, yeah.
So Mission Impossible might not be as successful. I don't think it might not be a quality thing. It might be a timing thing. Because this year there's so many movies coming out. 370 million so far. What do you think the critics gave Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1?
92%. I'm not going to go up. I'm going to try and hit that back lower with everything that's gone on.
Well, you got an 8% chance of it being higher and a 95% chance of being lower, so why not? Critics gave Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1 a 96%.
Oh, one less than the last one.
What do you think the audience has given Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1 so far?
I want to say 90.
Audiences have given it a 94%.
Whoa.
It's the highest in both for critics and audience combined.
And that's just the first parter.
It's just Part 1. Part 2 should yet to come.
Oh, it must be a good movie then.
I want to see it.
Yeah, I would have to watch that.
The trailer I've seen of it, it's the train sequence, talking about how the train sequence looks like Uncharted 2.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that'll be cool. God, that was terrifying on that game.
Yeah, I do want to see it, but so many things coming out this year, it's hard to keep up. If you like what you hear or have any suggestions or thoughts for us, who knows, it might be about Mission Impossible 2. Well, you can contact us by going to the Nobody Does It Bennett Facebook page. Nobody Does It Bennett is available on Spotify, iHeartRadio, and other podcast outlets. Nobody Does It Bennett is now available on YouTube, so don't forget to like and subscribe. Sorry, it took us a long time to go through those ratings. Matt, this isn't mission difficult. It's Mission Impossible. Difficult should be a walk in the park for you.
It's time to go back to the Jurassic Park.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mission Impossible 2 from the year 2000.
Went into the year 2000. So much has changed, but they lived underwater. No, that's 3000 anyway.
Nobody does it Bennett, He-Man.
Movie begins with a shot of the Sydney Opera House in Sydney, funny enough, in Sydney, Australia. Then shows a massive skyscraper. Biosite Pharmaceuticals. A scientist named Dr. Nikovich starts to talk.
Well, Dmitri, every search for a hero must begin with something every hero requires. A villain. Therefore, in search for our hero, Bellerophon, we created a monster, Chimera.
You and I are familiar with Chimera, Matt, as they are, of course, the villains in Resistance, Fall of Man.
Literally.
That we covered on the very last episode of a video game movie pitch.
It was too,
It was the Chimera. As soon as I saw that, I was like, it's all coming back, and it's with the same host as well.
The Chimera.
They came from the skies in these spheres that came down and mutilated all the humans. I thought to myself, we might not make it. Dr. Nikovich shoots himself in the wrist with an injection gun. Injection guns were all the rage in early 2000s action movies.
And they all look like Men in Black guns.
Yep. Very futuristic. Everything's silver and see-through.
It reminds me of the episode of SpongeBob where he cleans everything so much it just turns to chrome. If you've seen that.
No, I haven't.
He cleans his whole kitchen, everything is literally just chrome, and it's like, yeah, there you go, future. I beg you, Dimitri, come to Sydney and accompany me to Atlanta immediately. However we travel, I must arrive at my destination within 20 hours of departure.
Dr. Nikovich watches some kids play Ring Around the Rosie. This kid's song is actually about the pneumonic plague. Not so kid-friendly now, is it?
Yeah, a tissue, we all fall down.
This triggers dark thoughts in Dr. Nikovich's mind. Cut to a very early 2000 CGI plane flying in the sky. It's like, because you had it, didn't mean you had to use everything CGI. A model plane would have been fine just then. Dr. Nikovich is sitting next to a very familiar face on the plane. It looks to be our old friend Ethan Hunt from the very first Mission Impossible movie. Nikovich should be safe then. The plane is about 2.5 hours away from Atlanta, currently passing over the Rocky Mountains. Bing bong, we are currently passing over the Rocky Mountains.
If you look out to your right, ding, you'll see a pterodon.
Na, 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 na.
Oh, God.
I forgot how beautiful it was.
You keep staring at that watch as if your life depended on it, Doctor. Well, yes, I suppose I'm a bit anxious. You'll soon be with old friends. I'm with an old friend now, Dmitri. I'm sorry it couldn't be under happier circumstances. I'm sorry, too. You are sorry, and I am sorry. You don't know. Gretzky thought the world of you. Did he know, before the end, that you two had succeeded? Yes, he knew. Just. Not in time to save him? No. After you've been infected with Chimera for 20 hours, nothing can save you. Not even Bellerophon. You can carry them together safely? Yes. And you'll get us to a safe place then in Atlanta. Thank God.
The captain informs the plane that there has been a slight drop in cabin pressure. As a precaution, the pilot has released the oxygen mask. The pilot is someone we'll recognize later on. It's Stamp. It's goddamn Stamp.
And he was off McLeod's daughters as well.
Oh, yeah, McLeod's daughters as well. Good old Australian product.
Are you concerned? Not so far. Just put on your oxygen mask. I'll see what's going on.
You'll notice right through the scene too that Ethan's just smiling all the time.
Creepy. Just super creepy.
And he's smiling because you notice later on Ambrose will say, you always have that smile. So he's always smiling to be like, because he's pretending to be like Tom Cruise.
Yeah, it's creepy.
The flight crew who have put their masks on have started to pass out. The pilot lowers the altitude to 1,000 and puts the plane on autopilot. Pilot gets up and leaves the cabin. All the passengers have passed out as well. Nikovich hasn't though, as he did not put on the mask. Ethan comes back to Dr. Nikovich and sits down.
It seems we have a problem, Dmitri.
Ethan, of course, smiles.
You keep calling me Dmitri. You really shouldn't. You are not Dmitri?
Ethan hits Dr. Nikovich violently in the throat before breaking his neck. It's like, oh.
Yeah, that was a bit intense.
Just don't bother him. He's dead tired. So is it Commando and Schwarzenegger?
Still with his eyes like this as well, just looking real sus. Must be the mask.
Ethan grabs the case Dr. Nikovich was holding.
No. Wallace, hold on to this.
Ethan then removes his face. It was an Ethan Hunt mask.
Ulrich, remember to pull.
The man removes the voice modulator stick from his throat. Remember to pull the NO2 tank and dump it. Stamp says that's all done, Chief. The bad guys jump out of the plane as the plane is about to crash into some mountain terrain. One of the pilots is starting to wake up as the mask has slipped off his face a little. Pilot tries to pull the plane up, but it's too late. The plane crashes.
10 seconds before he would have made that.
It's just the fact that you wake up and you see the plane going towards the mountain. That's the last thing you see.
Yeah, and he full throttles it and rips it up, and it's just like, oh.
Too late. The scene transitions from the plane crashing to a mountainous desert landscape. Ethan Hunt climbs a rocky desert mountain as the credits roll. Some of the shots make me really woozy here seeing Tom Cruise climbing. That part where he rests his knees in that little cracked off area.
No. Yeah. Just don't do that at all. Don't rely your entire weight on a cliff face with your knees.
So isn't that bit where he's just hanging off like by his two hands, just hanging?
Yeah, and then he just kind of throws himself around like, oh, it's fine.
Yeah, and the song that's playing is Hey Now, Hey Now, Hey Now, Hey Now, Aka Waka Wonder.
Yeah, it's such weird songs.
Check 'em off, you know. And don't get me started on that jump from one ledge to another. Sliding off and holding on by fingertips? No thanks.
But if you watch it again, you see every scene where he's climbing climbing, and then it switches to him on another climb. There's nowhere for else for him to go on any of the rocks. The first one, he climbs up and it's completely dead, like you could not climb any higher. And then it switches to him on like the outside of the face, and he's climbing up again, and then it switches again to another one where there's literally nowhere to go. It's good fun.
Oh, I just see that and like, no thanks. Especially knowing what he does in the other movies. Like, he would have done this for real, right?
He's mad.
Mad professional. Ethan eventually gets to the top of the mountain. A helicopter then comes flying in. A man looking like an agent from the Matrix shoots a rocket near Ethan.
I completely forgot about the movie, and I was like, and he's just going to stand there and take like a giant RPG that's going to blow up in a couple of seconds. And then what happens, I was just like, that is not worth the money.
You've got to have a lot of trust in that situation. 9 out of 10 times, that would have been a bad guy trying to kill him. But not this time. The one time it's sunglasses.
Yeah, and that's the only time you see that helicopter in the whole movie. The other time it's the other helicopter. And I was just like, they had literally hired 2 helicopters just for the first one and be like, yeah.
And I must have filmed like everything in Australia, because I'm sure that must have been Australian rock.
Yeah, the red rock. Yeah. He's like, I'm going to climb that face.
If we get bitten by a crocodile halfway up, I don't care. That's right. Crocodiles live in mountains now, right?
They climb.
They climb with like tarantulas and spiders and snakes on their backs.
Global warming.
A guitar version of the Mission Impossible theme starts to play. Ethan opens up the back of the rocket, what reveals a pair of sunglasses inside. Ethan puts on the glasses. Good morning, Mr. Hunt. Your mission, should you choose to accept it, involves the recovery of a stolen item designated Chimera. You may select any 2 team members, but it is essential that the 3rd team member be Naya Norofhol. She is a civilian and a highly capable professional thief. She's not a spy. You have 48 hours to recruit Miss Norofhol and meet me in Seville to receive your assignment. As always, should you or any of your member of the IM force be caught or killed, the Secretary will disavow all knowledge of your actions. And Mr. Hunt, the next time you go on holiday, please be good enough to let us know where you're going. So that line comes back like twice more in the movie. It's great.
It does, yeah. And then the very, very end as well. And he's like, oh, well, if you let us know where you're going, it wouldn't be a holiday. And I'm sitting there going,
But you just said.
then why would you?
But like Tom Cruise, yeah, he says it at the moment too as well. The same line was what Anthony Hopkins says.
That he says back to him, yeah. This message will self-destruct in 5 seconds. If I let you know where I'm going, then it won't be a holiday.
Mission Impossible music kicks in hard. Da, 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 da.
Expecting him to like free fall down the cliff.
Ethan throws the glasses towards the camera as they self-destruct. Oh my god, this is like
Disintegrate like, Mr. Stark, I don't feel too good. It's into dust.
That's what happened. Yeah, it wasn't an explosion. Opening credit sequence begins. It's very much a product of its 2000s time. The title appears, Mission Impossible 2. Cut to a party in Seville, Spain at night time. There is Spanish dancing and a lot of cool, rich, disinterested people walking around.
We're going to hire you guys for a day. Just stand there and look interesting.
Just look disinterested at everything. Even though you're at a party, just pretend like you just don't want to be there. Ethan walks around the party. He's got like the long hair in this one. First one he has short hair. So first movie he has short hair, second movie he has long hair, third movie he has short hair, and the fourth movie, Gross Protocol, he has long hair again. It's like, is that a thing he does?
He's just shaved his head before he starts the mission.
Ethan sees Naya at the party. Naya is played by Thandri Newton, who was recently in the Westworld TV series. Her daughter was also in the Last of Us TV show as Joel's daughter, Sarah. Ethan and Naya lock eyes in a signature John Woo slow-mo shot. It's not the last time we're going to say slow-mo shot in this movie, but it's the first time. Like at the start of Face Off with John Travolta on the carousel with his son. Nicolas Cage is eyeing him up with the gun.
Yeah, it's like in this one too, and Tom Cruise must be like, I'm going to shoot that guy, but I'm going to just flip completely upside down, shoot him, and land on the ground.
All those are coming up, and I can't wait for him. Naya vanishes in the blink of an eye. Naya sneaks away into a room. She uses a teaching device to build. Says teaching device.
Now, kids, if you want to learn how to break into a rich man's apartment,
here we go. She uses a tech device built into a makeup case to search the bathroom. She then uses other gadgets disguised as other makeup items to 2000s style hack into a secret compartment.
Dora, 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 the explorer, we need your help.
What was the code again?
I see you found it.
Ethan is in the bathroom too. What are you doing here?
Think you're the only one who can pick a lock?
Not just a pretty face after all. Another man walks into the bathroom. Naya grabs Ethan to hide in the bath from the man. The man walks into another room. Ethan and Naya are face to face in the bath. Do you mind if I'm on top?
Mom?
Mom? Love word. I love it, all right? It just gives me new words.
Either way works for me.
Naya and Ethan swap positions in the bath. The man comes back into the room, grabs a bottle of champagne,
and walks back out into the hallway. Nia then gets back up and starts working on top of Ethan. Like, literally on top of them. It's just like her legs, his face is where all the men wanted them to be.
You'll never find it in there.
Nia drops her tools. Damn it. Find what?
His ex's Bulgari necklace. It goes up for auction on Tuesday.
Nia gets real close to Ethan. And are you going to tell me where it is? This is very disconcerting.
Hey, you put me here. I just do as I'm told.
He's got that smile.
Yeah. Down Cruise.
Nia knees Ethan in the gut as he gets up. Could have gone for the nads, so you know she likes him because she didn't go for the nads.
Crushing them under the bath.
Oh, Nia breaks in and finds the necklace. Nia then puts the necklace down the front of her dress. Now, who are you and what's it going to cost me?
I wouldn't do that.
What? Nia puts the empty box and locks back up the secret compartment. An alarm goes off.
That.
Armed guards come in the room. Ethan removes the hacking device which closes the secret compartment cover back up. Ethan puts his hands up, claiming innocence. The owner sees Ethan and says, "Hey, that's Mr. Keys, our security engineer." Ethan secretly gives Nia her hacking tool back.
No need to apologize. Miss Hall, my associate has your necklace in a very safe place. But obviously, we do feel the alarm should have gone off a little sooner. Isn't that right, Mrs. Hall?
Yeah, absolutely. Much too long, I'd say.
Under the circumstances, we recommend resetting the sensors to respond to a lighter load. How do you feel about 40 kilos, Miss Hall?
Perfect.
Shall we?
Nia starts to lead Ethan by the hand out of the room when Ethan yanks her back.
Miss Hall? Haven't you forgotten something?
Nia gives the necklace back.
What are you trying to do, senorita? Rob me?
I love that. It's like the guys in Jurassic Park 3, the guys in the boat.
Oh, yeah. Higher! No, we cannot do that.
The thought had crossed my mind. Cut to Ethan and Nia outside the estate. I'm missing something here, aside from my £500,000 necklace. Even after I screw up the job, I could have walked out of there with the bloody thing.
At least you walked.
If you weren't going to let me get away with it, why did you watch me go through it?
I wanted to see how good you were. I was hoping we might work together.
Sounds terrific. Nia calls for a car in Spanish.
Hey, just the car turns up. Hey, beep, beep.
Now be serious. Whatever it is you're talking about, you couldn't want me after tonight's performance.
You didn't do that badly.
You apologising for me? Quite the gentleman.
Not really.
Ethan shows Nia a wee handheld device.
I triggered the alarm. Sorry.
Nia gets in her car. I don't do laundry, cook, or put up with cheeky bastards who set me up on their territory so they can poach on mine.
What does her house look like then? She doesn't do laundry, cook.
This has a maid. Nia zooms off, knocking England off balance. For England, James!
I think that's a 7.4 magnitude.
Nia zooms off, knocking Ethan off balance. There is another slow-mo John Woo shot here. Don't know why, but sure. Cut to the sun rising. Nia is driving at unnecessarily high speeds around some mountain roads. Nia's phone rings. It's a flashy early 2000s Motorola phone. Not sure if it's a cell phone or a car phone.
Yeah, it's a cool phone.
Looks almost like a landline phone though.
Yeah, it did. Pulled it up. I thought it was looked like a universal remote at the when he first pulled it up. And then Tom Cruise is just creepy in this part. He's just like following out of nowhere, and he's like, "I see you. Would you mind slowing down?"
I'm trying to speed up and catch up with you.
Hi. Would you mind slowing down?
Where did you get this number? I don't even have it. A car shows up behind Nia. It's Ethan.
Would you like it?
Nia hangs up. That sounds like almost a Scream thing to say. Like, can you tell me your favourite scary movie?
And then the sun turns off.
Oh, Jesus. Nia hangs up the phone when she sees Ethan in the rear vision mirror. Ethan pulls the car up next to Nia's. Dangerous stuff.
Because you wouldn't know what he was thinking. You'd be like, he's been gone for about a week now, and now out of nowhere, this madman's just driven up over a hill, and he's behind me, like, laughing, smiling maniacally.
And blocking all traffic, and you can't see what's going.
Yeah, and trying to just ram her off the road.
Ooh.
Pull over and listen to me.
Listen to me now. Sorry, every time someone says listen to me, and one of these, I got to go with old Octavius from Spider-Man 2.
Listen to me now.
You'll be surprised how many times someone says listen to me in a movie. Nia then tries to kill Ethan by trying to ram him off the road. It's time for a sports car speed race across dangerous mountain roads. Highlights include dodging other vehicles, Ethan putting on a seatbelt, the Tom Cruise movie smile, Nia ramming Ethan again and him nearly going over the edge, Ethan spinning around while still driving and avoiding other vehicles.
Smiling. Like...
Nia getting distracted, causing her to lose control of her car, leading to her and Ethan slow-mo spinning in their cars while dramatic music plays. And Nia hanging off the edge, only hanging onto the door of the car. This is now the second time in the last two movies I've covered, as this also happens in Harry Potter in the Chamber of Secrets. He's hanging off the flying car.
It does too, yeah.
And Ron's like, grab my hand! And Harry's like, your hand's all sweaty.
Yeah. Grab my hand, Harry!
Ethan saves her. What's your name?
Ethan Hunt.
Well, Ethan Hunt, what is it you want to talk to me about?
Have you ever heard about the Church of Scientology? That's funny.
I've added in some lines here. Well, Ethan Hunt, what is it you want to talk to me about?
A lot more than I thought.
Ethan goes to kiss Nia. Awfully short notice.
Care to wait a decent interval?
Who wants to be decent? Ethan and Nia kiss. The movie feels very James Bond-like so far, rather than Mission Impossible.
He's just tried to ram her off the road. And then she's like, yeah, all right.
Cut to Ethan waking up in a bed somewhere. Nia is sleeping next to him.
So what have you got against spies?
When they've got your recruiting technique, nothing.
This wasn't exactly by the book.
They've got a book for this?
I've got a book for everything.
So this thing these blokes pinched.
I don't know that they pinched it. I don't even know that they're blokes.
What am I doing here? I thought I was supposed to be some kind of thief to catch a thief.
So did I, sort of. Damn, you're beautiful.
Thanks, Matt. I appreciate that.
No problem.
Cut to a Spanish festival parade at night. You can see Sir Anthony Hopkins' character of Swanbeck for the first time, watching the parade from the window. Ethan walks through the parade with a goofy smile on his face. Ethan meets up with Swanbeck. Espresso, cappuccino.
No thanks.
Sit down, sit down. Festivals are a pain in the ass, honouring their saints by setting them on fire. Let you know what they think of their saints, doesn't it? Damn near set me on fire on my way over here. Sorry I barged on your vacation.
But he's not.
No, he's not. He even said it. Let me know this time.
Sorry I didn't let you know where I was.
Don't be. It wouldn't be a vacation if you did. Ha ha ha, that's what I even said before.
Anthony's sitting there watching that movie at home going, God, I lowered myself to this.
He's thinking, no, I'll get a nice big paycheck and I'm only getting like a week's work here because I'm at the start and the end of the movie.
True.
Yep.
Just sit in your trailer for a month. Get paid. Well, you're sorry and I'm sorry.
Why did you phrase it like that?
Like what?
You're sorry. I'm sorry.
You gotta be kidding.
Swanbeck opens up a laptop computer. There is a video paused on the screen. It's Dr. Nikovich. Nikovich talks about how he needs Dimitri's help again, like he had done in the past. The video is a playback of Dr. Nikovich's speech at the start of the film. At the end of the video, Nikovich says,
Quickly, we gotta get back to Mars. No. Sorry. So I was just thinking about that the whole time, just because the video is a Quaid setup.
so good.
As we say, I'm sorry, and you are sorry.
Very similar to what Ethan just said to Swanbeck. Now you understand why Swanbeck was suspicious.
Yeah, it's like, crap, did you actually kill him and we're just hiring you to... Yeah, imagine that though.
Do you have any idea what the hell he's talking about?
An idea?
Like?
Like it's a good idea to pick him up in a hurry, and a bad idea to fly him on a commercial carrier. So let's get on with it. Is he still in Sydney?
Dr. Vladimir Nikovich is dead. So is his colleague Gradsky, but that happened earlier. We had Nikovich on a flight from Sydney that crashed in the Rockies.
Dead.
Are you listening to me?
If he didn't want to go anywhere without me, how did you get him on that flight?
Oh, you were there. Swanbeck shows a face-swapping blueprint on screen of Sean Ambrose being transformed into Ethan Hunt. When I couldn't find you, I had to replace you. That's why you always tell people when you're on vacation, otherwise Nikovich would be alive.
Yep, your own fault.
The person who plays replacement Ethan here, Sean Ambrose, is played by Dougray Scott, who was originally cast to play Wolverine in the X-Men movie.
Which is funny because I thought it was Gerard Butler when they first showed those two comparisons, and I was like, no, it's not.
Yeah, I don't think he hit the big time yet, Gerard Butler, because he was in Cradle of Life, the sequel to Tomb Raider, and I think that's where he started to kind of get noticed.
Oh, yeah, and then he was in that movie with Jennifer Aniston.
300 was the big one for him.
Oh, that's what he was. He was Leonidas. He was too. It's so weird to look at him because he had that fake beard and it was just real chiseled kind of.
So he did that, and he did Law-Abiding Citizen.
That was a crazy movie. I think 2009, 2010, that Bounty Hunter movie, yeah, with Jennifer Aniston.
Yeah. Hey, money's money, right?
Yep.
Money's money. Mission Impossible 2's shooting schedule conflicted with X-Men, so Dougray Scott chose this movie over X-Men. And X-Men went on with some unknown actor called Hugh Jackman.
An unknown actor.
At the time he was. I've got the collection of the NRL finals from the 90s, every final. The 1999 final, which was St George Illawarra Dragons versus the Melbourne Storm. And now, to sing the national anthems from the Tony Award-winning show, Mr. Hugh Jackman. I was like, whoa.
And he
He sings.
That's so cool.
He was a Broadway guy.
He's got a beautiful... Ba-da-da-da-dun.
He sang the national anthem for the 1999 NRL Grand Final.
Oh, that's cool. I like that.
And then he got angry and got claws.
And got filled with adamantium.
It happened in Australia, yeah. Sean Ambrose was the obvious choice. He doubled you, what, 2 or 3 times?
Twice.
What did you think of him?
We had our reservations about each other. Isn't it a little late in the day to be asking me that?
No, not necessarily. Airline records list a Captain Harold McIntosh as the pilot of Flight 2207. As far as the media and all governmental agencies are concerned, Captain McIntosh died in the flight. But, in fact, he missed it. He did, however, make the next flight, in cargo, stuffed into a rather small suitcase considering his size. Someone on that flight planned an operation designed to bring the plane down and make it look like an accident. Someone skillful enough to bring the whole thing off without a hitch.
So there's one thing we know that Ambrose doesn't.
Then you do think it was Ambrose. You're not surprised?
Sean feels he hasn't done the job unless he leaves a lot of hats on the ground.
Yeah. The question is why? What was this chimera Nikovich was carrying?
Only Ambrose knows that.
In any case, you must recover this, whatever chimera and, bring it to us.
In order to do that, I have to figure out how he plans to make money on it.
That is where Miss Hall comes in.
Excuse me?
Miss Hall and Ambrose had a relationship which he took very seriously. She walked away and he's been wanting her back ever since. We believe she's our surest and quickest way of locating him.
And then what?
Well, make sure she continues to see him, gets him to confide in her, and report to you.
You made it sound as if I was recruiting her for her skills as a thief.
Well, then I misled you, or you made the wrong assumption. Either way, we're asking her to resume a prior relationship, not to do anything she hasn't already done. It makes it sound like it's not bad.
Literally.
Voluntarily, I might add.
No, she's got no training for this kind of thing.
What? To go to bed with a man and lie to him? She's a woman. She's got all the training she needs. This line, it's in the trailer too. Is it in the trailer? In the trailer. I watched a trailer online the other day and that line's in the trailer. I'm like, Anthony Hopkins, why did you not refuse that line?
Misogynistic.
Oh, it was brutal.
Even, what's his name, brings it up later. Oh, the woman, blah, 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 you can't trust them. She's a cat. They're all clean. It's like, settle down. Like, what's your problem?
It's not good, is it?
I don't think I can get her to do it.
You'll mean it'll be difficult?
Very.
Well, this isn't mission difficult, Mr. Hunt. It's mission impossible. Difficult should be a walk in the park for you. I'm open to suggestion. If you can think of a quicker way to get to Ambrose, you're welcome to try. By the way, you might want to take a look at these if you have any further qualms about getting her to do the job. One of the agents puts a camera down on the table. Cut to Ethan slow-mo walking through the parade. More slow-mo.
Yeah, it's like when he blows the doors open and he just walks straight past the door. If you remember that.
That's coming up. The doves come flying through too.
Yeah, yeah, that was good. And he's just like...
It's like a music video. But like sometimes when they do the slow-mo in this too, they have the...
Yeah, it is. It's like a real creepy, like he's just...
Operatic
like
music?
Kill Bill someone.
I can taste the 2000s on it.
You can hear the I love you, Katie Holmes just in the background.
Cut to Ethan showing Naya the photos on the camera. They are of the plane crash site in the Rockies. How many people are capable of something like that?
Sean Ambrose, for one.
Right. But it is what you'd like me to do. Ethan turns and stares at Naya. What? Oh. Let my conscience be my guide, is that it?
Something like that.
I don't have a conscience. I'm a bloody thief. You're going to try and force me to do this?
Generally, I don't favor coercing someone. Not when there's a chance my life could end up in their hands.
Is that the only reason?
Can you think of a better one?
Me? No. But I was just hoping you might, thinking that somewhere in the course of business this got personal as well as physical.
Okay. Would it make you feel any better if I didn't want you to do this?
Yeah, much.
That felt better! I don't know why he screams it at her. Yeah, full on just goes, that felt better! And she's just like, okay. And then he turns around like...
I think it's because during the whole conversation, you can see how he's boiling up and he's not wanting to say it and he's just bottling everything up. And then when she's like, do you want me to feel better about it? That felt better. It's just him exploding.
It's almost
because
like him telling her as well, I care about you, kind of.
I don't
in a
want you
way,
to do this
yeah.
at all. All this, like him forcing her to do it. Then later on when he's like, I need to get you to get out. And she doesn't get out in time. He's like, man, this is all on me because I made her do it.
Literally, yeah.
There is a moment of silence. Naya turns away from Ethan, giving a wee grin, knowing that Ethan does in fact feel something for her. You know, Sean will never be anything but suspicious if I pitch up saying, hey honey, I'm home.
What wouldn't make him suspicious?
Oh, that I needed him in some urgent way. Destitute, in serious trouble. The kind I couldn't possibly get myself out of.
Cereal's trouble.
Cereal trouble.
Cereal?
Trouble. Wheat Bix or cornflakes?
Gosh, idiot. Serious trouble, Naya, is something that I can always arrange.
Can't deny getting mugshots taken, followed by a planned setup montage.
Dun, 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 dun. Mission Impossible. Mission Impossible.
Montage?
The transponder chip is completely untraceable. That bit was horrible. It's like this giant thing just stabs it into her ankle. I was like, that's a big needle.
So many injections in this.
The transponder chip is completely untraceable. It transmits your location to a satellite, which can be read by only this computer. We can then track you to within 3 feet, anywhere. Since your arrest, I've been sending news bulletins to every law enforcement agency in the world. I know Sean Ambrose, and I guarantee that after the airline crash, he's monitoring every one of them. He knows you're there, and he has the means to get you out. Naya! Naya! No, sorry.
Sounds like a karate chop. Naya!
Naya! I'm not going to lose you. Naya, I'm not going to lose you.
You see a shot of Ethan watching Naya, her image reflecting in his sunglasses, which is quite a cool shot, actually.
Yeah, it is.
Cut to shots of Sydney, Australia. Once again, Naya is riding a jet boat across the harbour. You are then introduced via a montage to Ethan's IMF team with a remixed version of the Mission Impossible theme.
It is a bit of a montage, isn't it? It's like, Luther,
Billy.
Billy.
Billy Beard, Luther Stickow. Of course, is Ving Rhames' character. If you watch the other ones, he does pop up now and then, and the other ones too. The team members flying via helicopter to a remote area in the outback. Ethan is waiting for the helicopter.
Ethan Hunt, g'day, mate. I'm William Baird. Or is it too loud? Yeah, I can't do that quietly. Ethan Hunt, g'day, mate. I'm William Baird, but Billy's okay. Anything you need me to get, move, or watch, I'm your man. I'll have a look around.
Luther steps in poop. Crap.
Yes, it is.
Ethan smiles at him. This ain't funny. I just bought these $800 Gucci shoes, and you got me in a helicopter with this man. Cut to Naya arriving in by boat at Ambrose's current location, a flash house by the water. Ethan's team is tracking Naya. Computer's up. We got her.
Let's put in the coordinates and get a visual.
Crazy how Australia is one of the main locations for a Mission Impossible movie. Kind of crazy that they stay there the whole time too. They don't, like other Mission Impossibles, they kind of move around. This one's like just based in Sydney.
They're like, there's 4 Australian actors. Would it be easier to just move the set to Australia instead of paying them for accommodation? Right, we're going to Aussie.
The early 2000s, a lot of movie studios were actually moving to Australia to film. Like the prequels for Star Wars were filmed there.
Oh, were they?
Matrix was filmed there.
Oh, wow.
So we watch the Star Wars, the prequels, and you'll find quite a few New Zealand actors and actresses show up. Like, obviously, you got Jake DeMars himself, Timmy Morrison. But episode 2, the one that takes Obi-Wan Kenobi to his room to see him, that's actually his wife from Once Warriors.
Oh, my God, I'm going to have to watch. That's funny.
That's her voice. But there's a lot of Australian actors in this. They were doing a lot of filming in primarily Australia at this time. And then they started to move to New Zealand also as well when Lord of the Rings kind of became big. Naya walks towards Ambrose, who is waiting for her by his flash house.
Visuals aren't coming up.
Satellite doesn't work as fast as I do.
Yeah, I heard about you, Luther. I just want to say it's an honour and a pleasure to be working with you blokes.
That's great, X. I love it.
Come on, isn't there any way we can speed this up?
With what? This is the only computer that will do this. The only one. It's like a big chunky laptop.
And it's not even picking up the chat, it's just like cutting out. Why are we in the middle of a desert doing this? Like,
better Wi-Fi other places, guys. It wouldn't even be Wi-Fi, it'd be satellite connection directly because there's no Wi-Fi yet.
Oh, it would be too, yeah. And if it's one of those computers, yeah.
And it's one of those enemy of the state satellites that just you see from the space and then all of a sudden it will zoom in. Naya continues to walk towards Ambrose. Naya looks at Ambrose. Ambrose dramatically grabs her scarf before it blows away in the wind.
Yeah, that was, and then she didn't even, she's like, yeah.
Ambrose then puts the scarf back on. This, of course, needs to be a slow-mo shot as well. Ethan gets visuals just as Naya is kissing Ambrose.
Now there's a bloke who knows how to give a proper welcome.
Luther looks at Billy in disgust.
Don't get me wrong, mate. You're very friendly also. Is it him then?
It's him, Billy.
Yeah, so we get him. We don't know what we've got, because we don't know what he's got, where he's got it, or what he's doing in Sydney with it.
Cut back to Naya and Ambrose. Trying to think of my Scottish. Not much luggage.
Not much luggage. No, I don't know. No, that just sounds like a...
Not much luggage. I left in a bit of a hurry. I'm incredibly grateful, Sean. How in the world did you find me? How I usually find you, Naya. Magic. I can't do Scottish.
Magic, and he like throws confetti at it.
I apologise to anyone who's listening to this who may have Scottish connections or are Scottish themselves. Laurie, I'm sorry.
Just go to Sean Connery. Magic.
Ambrose and Naya walk up the path to the house, while Stamp stops looking suspiciously
and goes back in the house. Stamp goes into the house and sees Wallace, who says that Naya is clean of bugs in a real creepy way.
All cats are.
Cut to Naya and Ambrose in the bed. Ambrose gets right into seducing Naya, but Naya has having none of it. When Ambrose walks away, you can see disgust on her face. Ethan watches on from a laptop. She did it. She's in the compound.
Oh, yeah? No. Can I get higher? Yeah, we've just rolled up a snowball and tossed it into hell. I did like that line. So literally, you just thrown her in there, she's going to melt.
Mount into a puddle. Ambrose wants Naya to try on a dress.
Not even talking to her like she's a person.
No, just like a thing.
Yeah.
I'm dying to see if I remembered your size. Naya starts to undress in front of Ambrose. I'm guessing this is Ambrose's way to see if Naya is wearing a wire. Ambrose has this weird open-mouthed expression on his face. Part shocked, part aroused, fully uncomfortable.
Yeah, just gross.
It was like, oh. Naya, now naked, goes to put the dress on, but Ambrose grabs her by the arm. You're not interested in seeing how it looks? Oh, I am. Later. The shot fades away to Ethan's outback getaway. So I'm guessing Naya slept with Ambrose. Ethan goes outside and reflects on Dr. Nikovich's words.
Reminds me of that scene with Batman. He goes, ha ha, you can't get away from me. That's what Batman says. And he goes, ha, and then Kia goes in and goes, ha ha, just like your parents. And Batman goes, oh, starts crying. And Robin walks over to him and he goes, are you crying? He goes, no, it's just raining. And he runs off down the street. That's what that just reminds me of.
Poor Batman.
Tom Cruise like, oh.
Ethan goes outside and reflects on Dr. Nikovich's words.
Every search for a hero must begin with something that every hero requires, a villain.
It then cuts to Ethan and Luther listening to Nikovich's recording while Luther is drinking coffee. I don't know why I went dramatic there, but I did. He's drinking coffee, guys. Luther wants to know why Nikovich keeps going on about an old Greek myth.
In the myth.
Bellerophon.
I keep going to say Bellerophon.
That sounds like a Sesame Street character. Yeah. Bellerophon.
Bellerophon. In the myth, Bellerophon.
It's Bellerophon.
Bellerophon. God, Bellerophon. In the myth, Bellerophon was a prince who killed the Chimera, a monster with the head of a lion and the tail of a serpent, who plagued the ancient world. I think Nikovich created a monster virus in Chimera, and the killer antivirus in Bellerophon.
That's simple, huh?
Why not?
Count back to Ambrose's waterfront mansion. Ambrose has a look at some photos he had blown up with people's bids for Chimera. There's a newspaper in the photos to prove the date and that they have the cash. A secret auction, if you will. Ambrose talks about the £37 million as a promising bid to Stamp. Stamp looks concerned. Ambrose says to not look so worried. They're halfway there. Ambrose pulls the SD card out of the camera and says how they will need it at the track if they're going to get the other half. I'm guessing the SD card has all the bids photos on them. Sorted. Stamp stands up all pissy and walks to the open door where he sees Naya sleeping in a bed nearby. Stamp closes the slide door.
Not everything. Why do you think she's really here?
From her point of view or mine?
Well, she wasn't exactly gagging for it when she left you 6 months ago. The question is, do you trust her?
Ambrose closes the cigar box he just grabbed a cigar out of and has this real stupid grin on his smug face.
It's like an evil look, yeah.
One considers her timing, of course. I'm almost down on British now. I can't do Scottish. One considers her timing, of course. Getting nicked within a week of the plane going down. Suggestive. Even borderline suspicious. But hardly conclusive. Ambrose then slices the end of a cigar off with a cutter, like he's making a point to Stamp.
You've thought about it at any rate?
Tell me, Hugh. You don't exactly hang on Naya's every word and gesture, do you? Ambrose then looks down at Stamp's hand, and the camera zooms just to make sure you saw the hand. That's a fairly ratty nail. Ambrose then does a wrist lock on Stamp and puts the tip in. Just the tip.
Just the tip. ...
of Stamp's pinky finger.
Stamp's struggling. Please.
Gotta go suave because I can't pull the Scottish off. Suppose she is some sort of Trojan horse sent in by IMF to spy on us. Why should I deny myself the pleasure of a ride or two? So gross. Ambrose tightens the wrist lock, causing Stamp's pain, as well as putting the cigar cutter further down Stamp's finger. Or don't you think I can learn more from her as she can from me?
I do.
Ambrose gets right in the close to Stamp's head. Now, Hugh, you must realize that some of us have the burden of sex to deal with, and I may or may not know why she thinks she's here, but I'm willing to take the risk because, Hugh, Ambrose puts the cutter up the finger to where it's just below the nail, I am gagging for it.
It's so gross.
The word gagging is just a gross word.
For that.
Ambrose then slices off the tip of Stamp's finger.
Yeah, that.
But at least it wasn't the tip, it wasn't the whole finger.
Yeah.
So he got off quite lightly, to be fair. Cut to the horse races. Naya is watching the race through binoculars while Ambrose cheers on. Naya apparently won her race. The horse was called Thief in the Night. Ambrose says that he's going to go and grab a drink. Stamp pointers on, still looking pissed, and with a bandage on his finger. Billy, disguised as one of the racing staff workers, gives Naya a racing program, telling her to check on the horse Naturally Vain in the fourth. Naya opens the program up to the fourth race. There is an earpiece with a note saying, "Put this on your ear." Naya puts on the earpiece.
Yeah, what if someone walked over and saw the piece of paper stuck to the book and be like, what is this? Put what in your ear, Chicoria? Like, oh.
Like, you see someone putting the program in their ear? Hello?
I don't know what's going on. Turns it up sideways into a tube and he just yells at her from across the lane.
He just comes up to the other end of it. Hello.
Talk as if I'm not even here. You can speak as if I'm right by your side.
Man, Ethan is really selling me on these earpieces. What brand are they?
Bose.
So good quality, you can speak to someone like they're right next to you from miles away. Where are you?
Mounting enclosure. Just off the track. 2:00.
Naya searches and sees Ethan in her binoculars. You would think that Ethan may want to wear a Mission Impossible face mask at the racetrack since, Ambrose, and I imagine his men, knows what he looks like since they saw Ambrose impersonate Ethan at the start of the film.
Yep.
Maybe?
But nah, don't worry about it.
Ethan looks at Naya with his spy binoculars.
How's it going?
Just like old times.
Just like old times.
Just about.
Tell me who you've run into at Ambrose's.
Near as I can tell, there's about a half-dozen other blokes about the place. Maybe more? Hugh Stamp, old friend of Sean's. He's the only one I recognise. He played Dracula in the movie Van Helsing. And a bit of a creep. And then some.
Yep, we know him. He's an actor. Okay then, that's fine.
So he didn't just watch Naya put the earpiece in?
Literally turn her head like that and scratch at her ear for a couple of seconds and then start going.
The whole time she would have seen that guy that later on runs into him talk to Naya and just watched the whole time. No suspicion? No, alright then, cool, carry on.
Finished buying your ticket yet?
Ambrose has photos of newspapers with money piled on them. 37 million on the London Times. What's that about?
Bids from possible chimera buyers?
Billy is using spy binoculars to watch Ambrose talk to someone in another part of the building.
Big bloke, gingy hair. They're into something. Who is this guy?
Pretty sure he's the actor who played Mad-Eye Moody in Harry Potter.
That's who it is. Is too. Oh, he fully is. He nailed that.
He's also in Bruges.
In Bruges with Colin Farrell, he is too, yeah. That's right.
Checking now, Ethan. Luther uses his intense computer hacking skills. I do like how Ving Rhames, the most physically daunting looking figure in these movies, apart from maybe Henry Cavill in Fallout, is not used for his brawn, but for his brain.
Yeah, and he gets pissy when he gets shot. He's like, my Versace. Doesn't care that he got shot at all. No reaction.
So he's all badass, but it's cool that they use him as a intellectual rather than a physical force.
Yeah, it's kind of like how they use the Hulk in the later movies.
Yeah. John McCloy, CEO, Biosite Pharmaceuticals. In 1989, acquired Biosite in a hostile takeover.
He was Nekrovich's boss.
Right. He worked for him as the research scientist at Biosite. Ambrose is showing something to McCloy on a digital camera.
Whatever McCoy's looking at, he's not happy about it.
Ambrose just pulled the camera's memory card and put it into an envelope. Put it in his inner left jacket pocket.
Confirm, left jacket pocket.
Roger that.
Naya, Ambrose is on his way back to you. There's an envelope.
In his left jacket pocket.
That's right.
Actually not right, it's actually left.
His left jacket pocket? That's right. What?
I'm confused.
What do you mean? If you're looking at him from the angle that I'm looking...
From his point of view, it's his left, but for us, it's his right.
And from the drone's point of view... No. Batting table 12, off the paddock.
Ambrose is close behind Naya.
Are you sure you're up to this?
I'll muddle through. Naya turns around to meet Ambrose, who has their drinks. See anything you like? Well... yeah? Naya gets handsy with Ambrose and swipes the memory card from the left jacket pocket. Naya then grabs cash out of Ambrose's front jacket pocket and says that she wants to go make a bet. Naya starts to walk away. Hold on. Oh no. Is Naya busted? As Naya is turning, she slips the envelope with the memory card in it down her arm into her hand and sneaks it into her pants. Put down 1,000 for me. Naya smiles in relief. To win? What else? Well... you could also have the horse to place in the top 3 as well, or you could do a Quinella or a trifecta. Just saying. Naya walks away. Ethan makes his way through the crowds.
Billy, make sure Naya's not followed. No worries, mate. Luther, digital camera. ready to transmit. Betting table 12.
Luther prepares a mobile transmitting case. Stamp is watching Naya. As Naya walks through a swing door, Billy traps Stamp in the door, hurting Stamp's hand.
Sorry about that, mate. That must have...
Stamp grabs Billy and slams him against the wall.
Say again. Whatever you're about in the future, watch your step. Never know who you might run into.
It's a great accent, I love it. Stamp looks at his bandaged finger, which is now bleeding again.
Now, where's the loo?
Billy points him out while still being choked.
Thanks, mate.
Luther runs out of his white van, which is in the parking lot of the races. Naya walks into a massive crowd of people. Ethan Batman appears from behind. Naya asks if Ethan is going to spank her just before Luther arrives, and he's like, hey?
Yeah, probably not. I shouldn't even be here without a mask on.
Luther gives Ethan a camcorder. Remember those? Naya gives Ethan the envelope with the memory card in it. Luther runs back to the van and gets ready, still blowing hard from the run. I'm booted up. Go, Ethan. Ethan watches the footage while sending a feed through to Luther. The images show the disturbing effects of what the Chimera virus can do. What happened to Dr. Gradsky is pretty nasty. Dead after 34 hours of exposure. Gradsky is bleeding from his nose, mouth, eyes, and even has some blood trickling down his forehead. For some reason, it's like someone's forehead. I'm like, what is that from?
Yeah, someone's just walking up.
It's poured everywhere, even on his forehead.
Make it look like he exploded. Yeah, because all the cells were just like...
Reminds me of the season of 24. I think season 3 was where there's a virus that gets out and people start bleeding from their eyes and nose and stuff. It's like, oh, it's nasty.
Reminds me of there's an X-Files back in the day, like original X-Files. There's a stick that they use. These guys have their eyes and their mouths sewn shut.
Oh.
And they've got like black goo in them from some Russian experiment, and they've got these sticks that they stab people with, and they just combust on fire. It ignites all the red blood cells and just like burns you to death.
Remember the black eyes and the black ooze, because that's part of the movie as well.
Yeah, it was weird.
God. Ethan looks like he's holding in his worries to prevent panicking Naya. Billy sees Stamp searching the crowd for Naya and alerts the team.
I want you out of Ambrose's place.
What are you talking about? What's happened? What did you see? Billy warns Ethan that Stamp is closing in on their location.
15, 12, 10. You've done your job, and I want you out of Australia.
Stamp gets closer.
7.
How do you suggest I go about it?
4. He touched your heart. You're overwhelmed and need to think it over.
Billy continues to count down the distance between Stamp and Ethan with Naya.
I want you out of there now. Give me the earpiece. If you don't get out of there, I'm coming in and getting you out.
Naya goes to put the envelope back in her pocket, but drops it to the ground. When Naya bends down and picks it up, Ethan is replaced and is shot by Stamp.
You place your bet, ma'am?
Ticket then prints out. The horse she picked is called Naturally Vain. Naya goes back to Ambrose, who is cheering on a horse while watching through binoculars. As Naya is embracing Ambrose, she slips the envelope back into the horse's pocket. Back into the horse's pocket.
Damn it! The horse just takes off with it.
As Naya is embracing Ambrose, she slips the envelope back into his pocket. There is a wee moment of pause, though, as Ambrose felt her put the envelope back in. You can see it stops for a moment. He's just like,
Yeah, she took money out of the left pocket, but why is she in my right pocket?
Yeah, yep. Cut back to Ambrose and Stamp at the waterside house.
I thought you were going to dinner.
Hugh, take care of the Nekrovich memory card.
Where is it?
In the envelope of my jacket pockets. My right jacket pocket. The wrong line.
And now we know.
Yeah. Do you think that, as a trade on the horse before too, the one Naturally Vain actually wins? Do you think they rigged the match to win that, or just a luck thing that they won at the same time?
It was probably rigged.
Yeah.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Whoops, Naya put the envelope in the wrong side. Ambrose watches a Biosite commercial with John McCloy. We've got an opportunity here. I'm not going to miss it. Cut to John McCloy leaving the Biosite building. I love the push roller doors you often see in buildings and movies. Don't think I've ever had a chance to go through doors like those.
No, I've never.
No. Because I always loved it from Superman, the first Superman movie. When first I saw that, and he goes through it, I'm like it's one bit where Clark gets stuck in them and spin around.
I've seen it in those animated cartoons too, like Tom and Jerry. They spin around in it and get shot off out in one direction. Yeah.
Wallace and another Ambrose henchman follow McCloy's limo. McCloy doesn't like the taste of a cigar, so he tries to dispose of it out the window. Only the electric windows won't go down. Then McCloy sees a newspaper. Newspaper says, leading pharmaceutical CEO dies of rare strain of influenza. The picture is John McCloy himself. A gas is then released into the back of the limo. McCloy gasps for a moment before passing out. Cut to Naya calling out for Ambrose in the waterside house. With no one around the area, Naya decides to attempt an escape from the property. As Naya is coming around the corner, she is grabbed. It's Ethan. in full cat burglar gear.
Like this. And yeah, as soon as you see that, and he's just hugging, he's like,
He's ultra smiling, like he says.
I was like, here we go. Yeah.
Naya hugs Ethan, relieved. Cut to McCloy in a bed, in an isolation plastic cube. McCloy sees Dr. Nikovich come into the room. Nikovich tells McCloy that he's infected with Chimera. Nikovich gets McCloy to confess that he denied Gradsky the antidote.
I needed to know just how bad the disease was in the real world, not just the lab. You were genetically splicing together strains of influenza to create a cure for all influenza. But you were also creating a disease so terrible in Chimera. The cure would be priceless. I needed Chimera in order to peddle bilirubin. It's not that difficult to understand, is it? Look, I've got the virus, you've got the cure. I need them both.
Nikovich tells McCloy to give his regards to Gradsky if he sees him. Nikovich then walks out of the room.
Well, I've heard.
Nikovich rips off his face. It was Ethan in a mask.
All I need to hear.
Wait, if Ethan is here in a mask, then who is Naya with?
Surprise,
It cuts back to Naya hugging angry eyes Ethan.
Like he's smelt something that he's not quite sure if it smells good or if it kind of smells like poos.
Again, he's overacting the smile. That smile, I had to keep doing that smile. Ambrose now knows that Naya knows who Ethan is, therefore is a traitor.
It's imperative that we do nothing to alarm Ambrose.
What? You told me to get out of there as soon as possible. I thought you were here to collect me. I was so relieved.
Listen to me.
Listen to me now. Sorry, twice in one movie.
It's unstable.
Power of the sun in the palm of my hand.
Oh yeah, that was so cool on that boathouse. Just there's no time to talk. It is critical. Absolutely critical. Tell that you do whatever Ambrose asks. Do you understand me? Don't worry. It will all be over very soon.
Naya goes to kiss Ethan, but Ethan pulls away, knowing that Naya would know it's Ambrose from kissing him.
Yeah, because you just feel the big rubber latex face. You'd be like, hang on.
Like as she grabs it, it's like, "Rrrr."
Kiss better.
It's actually how Tom Cruise has stayed the same age for the last 20 years. He just wears Tom Cruise
He
mask.
just wears that face mask. He's just stolen it.
Naya runs off, leaving Ethan with a look of pure hatred on his face. Ethan then pulls off his face to reveal it's Ambrose. But we already knew that. Ambrose is pissed. Cut to Ethan talking to Luther about how Nikovich boarded the plane with both the virus and the antidote. Ethan then figures something out.
Ambrose doesn't have the virus.
That's why Ambrose needs McCloy.
So we can get into Biosite, kill Chimera. Ambrose has a cure without a disease and we're home free.
Cut to Stamp talking to Ambrose.
You were right. Hunt stung McCloy tonight, so he knows. He'll be going into Biosite.
Good. Then we know where he'll be, don't we? Well done, Hugh. Well done.
And he's like, thanks.
Cut to McCloy waking up in the back of his limo. Ethan and Luther look at some computer schematics or schematics of the Biosite facility.
Start from the inside out.
All storage and production of Chimera is done here in this lab on the 42nd floor. It cuts in with Ambrose explaining what Hunt will do to get into Biosite. Hunt's target will be the Chimera, stored and manufactured at Biosite on the 42nd floor. If you look at Hunt's operational history, and I have, he's invariably favors misdirection over confrontation. He'll never break into Biosite from the bottom, where security is heaviest. No garage entrances, lobbies protected by 5 guards and rotating patrol.
Not going in from the ground. Show me the atrium. Show me the money!
Sorry, I heard that.
Show me the money!
You complete me.
You complete me.
The atrium, one of a kind, runs down through the center of the building. Provides 24-hour natural light via mirrors and daylight storage cells. Optimum growing conditions for the virus. End in the glass floor which doubles as part of the lab ceiling. Ethan looks at Luther. The atrium roof closes at sundown, and if the louvers are up for more than 40 seconds at night, the civil emergency alarms are tripped. Those even I can't stop. Ethan, we have a total of 40 seconds to get you in and the cables out. No, Hunt will prefer to enter Biosite somewhere from the top, where security is minimal. He'll undoubtedly engage in some acrobatic insanity before we will risk harming a hair on a security guard's head.
Meanwhile, like the first person he kills, he knocks out completely and does this crazy forward flip, kick down his stomach, then kicks him off a cliffside.
Yeah, this is one of the few times that Ethan actually uses guns. Like, he doesn't use guns.
He's
in
always
most ones.
hand to hand, yeah.
Hand to hand, or he doesn't want to use guns because I guess it's the sort of way that guns kill.
He isn't really looking to kill people. He's looking to just get the job done.
Yeah, it's kind of like Keanu Reeves. He'd rather disarm as well. Yeah.
He'll kill though.
Yeah, he'll break arms, necks.
John Wick will use guns, don't worry. Cut to Billy flying a helicopter and Ethan gearing up in the back. Ethan checks his comms. Luther will give Ethan the word when he's ready. Ethan starts preparing to jump, forcing Luther to get ready. So Ethan slow-mo dives, while Luther hopes the roof doors will open. The doors open up just in the nick of time. Mission Impossible style.
Imagine he Spider-Man'd himself and just dropped him in. Just like broke his back and he's, and the guy looks out the window and it's like,
He just sees him hanging. End of movie. Ethan stops just before the glass window that is above the lab. Ethan is all sprawled out like he is in the CIA operation in the first Mission Impossible. It's like when he lands, he's like very much like he does in the CIA building.
yeah, with his knees kind of like upwards as he's falling down.
Well, everything like spaced out so he doesn't hit the floor in the first one.
Yeah.
Ethan moves out. He's moved out. He's moving out, right? He's had enough. Ethan moves towards the wall before the guard can see him. Luther counts down the clock. Ethan, you've got 19 seconds to clear the cable. Ethan flips and disconnects from the cable. Billy starts retracting the cable up the winch of the helicopter. I hope the winch is better than the one from the movie Deep Blue Sea and the helicopter in the storm.
Snap.
The cable clears the roof doors before they close. Billy flies off. Ethan prepares to breach the glass window ceiling of the lab. He'll breach the lab at the only possible time. Whether you break in from the ground or the roof, it's 2300 hours, 1 minute, when the air filtration generators will cover the sound of Hunt's break-in and rotating guards make the building vulnerable to our break-in from below.
That's what I mean, like they break in, but in reality they know all this information about Ethan and they still choose to go in at the last minute and just pop them and then go up the elevator.
So Ethan takes the choice that will do the least damage and do less way of people knowing what it is, but Ambrose doesn't care, first and foremost, and he wants people to know he does it. He's almost like gets satisfaction out of people knowing that it can't catch him.
Yeah, true.
Ego thing, really. Ethan, the generators are about to go active. Just a friendly reminder. We'll be out of contact for 8 minutes. That wasn't for him. That was for the audience.
Yeah. Aww.
The generators go off while Ethan uses a laser cutter on the glass. Ethan then uses a suction handle to remove the glass. I like that, though.
Yeah,
It's like they must be very strong, those handles.
laser cutter as well.
Oh, those are the days. Ethan jumps down into the Chimera lab. I'm betting Hunt will destroy Chimera rather than attempt to preserve any part of it.
Why would you? Like, who cares what Anthony Hopkins said? Because Anthony Hopkins was always just like, bring it back for me.
Because they want it in case it ever happens again.
Yeah, but Ethan's like, nah, you're not having that in your hands.
Well, especially how this Ambrose was on their side.
Yeah.
It could easily happen again.
Yeah. 37 million pounds. Oh.
He'll have to do it in 2 places. First, the incubation room where the growth files are kept. And finally, in the inoculation chamber, holding the last 3 remaining Chimera viruses and 3 injection guns. He won't be allowed to destroy the virus in those guns. Ambrose's crew attack the guards from the ground floor as Ethan walks around the lab. One of Ambrose's crew members is played by Dominic Purcell, who of course played Lincoln Burrows in Prison Break, was Heatwave in Legends of Tomorrow, and of course played Dracula in Blade Trinity.
True. He was in Blade Trinity. He was there. That's right.
I didn't realise he was a British-born Australian actor, though. I thought he was American.
I didn't either. I thought he was American as well.
Yeah, so well played. Ethan uses a recording of McCoy's voice to bypass some of the security measures. Ethan then goes into an isolation chamber, all masked up. Luther can see Naya's tracking closing in on Ethan's location. Billy, I think we've got a problem. Naya is in the building.
Sounds like you were saying that she was usually in the building.
I am. She is.
Well then. She's not likely to be alone, is she, mate?
She's in the elevator, heading towards Ethan. The question is, how many of them? I can't get through to Ethan. Not till the generators go off.
Yeah, well, when's that?
Not for another 5.5 minutes. Ethan walks around the chamber, looking like something out of a sci-fi film.
It's just Moon all over again.
Well, it reminds me of that one where he's like in space, where he's him and someone else, like the last humans on Earth. Oblivion. I think it's Oblivion.
Oh, Oblivion there, that's the one, yeah.
Ethan types on a keyboard and gets the lasers to destroy the petri dishes of the 3 Chimera virus samples.
Imagine they just popped and the glass shattered everywhere. You'd be like, oops. And your whole mask shattered. You'd be like, now I've got it. Alert. Chimera stock life threatened. Alert. Chimera stock life terminated.
Ethan then sets a charge in the chamber. Ambrose's men and Naira march closer and closer to Ethan's location. Ethan exits the chamber and removes the hazmat mask.
Luther, what can we do?
What can we do? Hope he kills all the bugs before the yellow dot gets to the red one. Ethan slow-mo walks up to the 3 injection guns, which are encased in an isolation chamber, with only holes for the protective gloves encased inside. These remind me of Homer in The Simpsons, when he's got the nuclear power plants off.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, donk, donk, like intro. Ethan puts his arms in the gloves. Ethan disables the Chimera in the first gun. Ethan then disables the Chimera in the second gun. But then, before Ethan disables the third gun, he decides to have a voice flashback of Nikovich, costing him valuable seconds.
He could have been in there and out within 30 seconds, done. Everything would have been destroyed. I would have set the lasers on while I went back and did the other ones.
But he just daydreams there. He's like,
and he's just stood there, he's like, and that goes, and he's like, cool. I must arrive at my destination within 20 hours of departure.
Then Ethan thinks about what McCloy said, which costs him even more time.
How was I supposed to know that he needed to be treated with Bellerophon within 20 hours?
Ethan is then fired upon by Ambrose's men who fire assault rifles in Ethan's direction.
But all they do is shoot the gun. You just see it popping off the ground. They're like,
They're not even aiming at Ethan, are they? No.
stormtroopers.
Ethan could have easily destroyed that injection gun in time if he had not just daydreamed all the time. As the bad guys shoot at Ethan, they break the glass around him. This leads to the injection gun getting loose on the ground. So much slow-mo in this action sequence. One of the goons goes to grab the injection gun, but instead gets injected with bullets by Ethan.
Yeah.
Luther and Billy are still counting down the time until they can contact Ethan. Someone puts a bomb under Luther's white van, digital clock timer and all. Luther, slow-mo, turns his head and sees the reflection of the digital timer in a puddle in his side mirror.
That's what I meant. Yeah. And I'm thinking, how? Why'd they even have to put a beep? Beep, because he's like, hang on a minute. Yeah, I'm sitting here with all this computer tech around me making beeping noises. But what is that?
Not like he's just like looking around everywhere. He looks directly at that mirror first,
He's like, oh my
and
god.
I see it straight away.
Yeah.
Luther prepares to get the hell out of there. Meanwhile, Ethan is slow-mo side-sliding on the ground while shooting double pistols.
Yeah, that's good fun. Yeah. One of them's aimed this way and the other one's like slightly upwards, but he's still going shooting all directions.
So Luther gets his bag of stuff caught on a wire, but manages to free himself. But the bomb goes off. Is Luther dead?
That's what I thought. I honestly thought he was dead because I was just like, he's stuck. It's like, well, not one of those movie things where you see them run out at the very last second and then the explosion goes off and it's like, oh yeah. It literally was just, that was it.
Because you got to also remember, going into the second movie, pretty much his whole entire team got killed at the start of the first one. So you almost go in to suspect that maybe they're not going to make it out.
Yeah, true.
It's kind of a good fake out. If you've ever seen the sequels to this, though, then you already know the answer. Ethan goes to pick up the injection gun, but it's a no-go. Ambrose tells his men to hold their fire. Well, Hunt, how have you been?
Fighting off a bit of a cold.
Aww. They both have a good chuckle. Oh, it's a good one.
In a virus lab. Like, no one's probably slept in 3-4 days. Like, you've all just been manically trying to go after each other. Like,
Let's have a cold joke, shall we?
let's have a laugh.
Yeah, why not? You know, that was the hardest part of having to portray you, grinning like an idiot every 15 minutes.
I always thought the hardest part was curbing that pressing need of yours to get your gun off. You were in such a hurry to knock off that 747, you never figured out what Chimera really was.
I knew where it was.
Oh, then you knew the only way Nekovich could smuggle the live virus was by injecting himself and using his own bloodstream as a petri dish. You knew that while you were knocking him off, destroying the very thing you came for.
Ethan shoots at the guy who was trying to flank him. The bullets from their guns almost hit the injection gun, which pisses Ambrose off. Hit that bloody gun, and you'll spread that virus all over the place.
There it is, guys. The last of it. What was the top bid?
Why? You gonna make me a better offer?
Then 37 million pounds? Not really.
Oh, somebody's been slipping you our mail. Come out here, you bad girl. Ambrose points his gun at Naya.
Sean, she doesn't belong here. Let her go.
She wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you, Hunt.
And then he feels like an absolute. He's like, oh, then feel better.
Shoot, he's right. He ain't wrong.
Yep.
From this moment, you are responsible for what happens to her. And if you're looking out for her well-being, I suggest you advise her to pick up the injection gun and bring it to me. Balls in your court, Hunt.
Cut to Luther coughing and splattering by his now exploded van. Luther has a desert eagle in his hand and vengeance in his heart. Luther radios Ethan. Naya's in the building. Do you copy? Bit late, Luther.
Thank you.
I like how he's like, thanks.
Yeah, thank you. I've been sitting here for 15 minutes already, and now she's injected us. We've already been through this.
He's like, I don't want to be a dick about it, so I'm just going to be like, thank you.
Yeah.
I'm surprised he didn't go like, no kidding.
Yeah. Oh, real. Really?
Naya goes to grab the injection gun, but stares at Ethan first.
Kind of like this.
She's like, just looks at him like,
Yeah.
And then it has that dramatic operatic music again, like,
I will remember. As he walks past the door with the pigeon again. But I've in that scene before that when the pigeon flies out the door, that's where he thinks he's come from. And he's standing up, hiding behind the bar, and he swing kicks him with the gun. Yeah, that's so gold.
so good. Because there's pigeons at first, and there's doves for no reason.
Yeah.
Where'd the doves come from?
How do you know he won't shoot you in the minute he's got it?
Please, one can't hold Naya responsible for her actions. You know, women, mate. Like monkeys they are. Won't let go of one branch until they get a grip on the next. These are Ambrose's words, not ours.
Yeah, this actor's got a problem with women.
Guess it, Naya. I'll cover you. Naya looks at the gun, then at Ethan again. Don't blame her. 2000's Tom is a handsome man. Time for some more dramatic music, while Naya just stares at the gun.
I will remember you.
I am waiting. Things haven't exactly worked out the way you thought they would, Ethan. Sorry. Naya then points the gun at her arm and injects herself with the Chimera virus. Naya smiles back at Ambrose. You bitch. Ambrose spits a bit when he says that. Gross.
Yeah.
Ethan sets a countdown timer on his watch for 20 hours. You're not going to shoot me, Sean. Not this bitch. 'Cause she's worth 37 million pounds. Ethan sets off the charger in the chamber and grabs Naya. Time for an explosion from multiple angles. Again and again.
What do you think you were doing?
I wasn't thinking. I just tried to stop you from getting hurt, that's all.
You don't have a conscience.
I guess I lied. Security guards come in the room and have a shootout with Ambrose's men. Ethan is stuck in between. You can't get us both out of here, can you? Ethan shakes his head. Naya points Ethan's gun to her chest. I'm infected with Chimera. You know I don't have a choice. Just do it. Do it now!
Come on, do it! Do it now! The best scene, veins popping.
Ethan tries to pull the trigger, but he can't do it. He instead throws an explosive package towards a wall.
Do it! We've got 19 hours and 58 minutes. I'll get the Bellerophon into your system before then.
It sounds like he's like falling out the building to say, I'll get it for you!
Remember to turn off the line.
Ethan shoots a bullet into the explosive package. Very 2000 shot of the bullet tracking shot going into the package. Reminds me of the Corn video of the bullet
Oh, yeah,
going through all the stuff. Yeah, it reminds you of that. Ethan blows a hole in the wall.
just stay alive. I'm not gonna lose you. And then jumps out the window.
Interesting is I don't believe Ethan mentions Naya again after this movie. There's still time for some more slow-mo shooting and running though, before Ethan jumps out of the building, holding a gun in each hand as he falls. It's like outstretched two guns for safety. Then does an unnecessary flip before pulling his parachute.
Yeah, I don't know why he
Flips in parachute?
he had to do that. It's like the kick at the start though, where he does the forward front kick flip, and I was just like, why did you could have just hit him again in the face.
A lot of these moves are unnecessary. I think it's more Joel moves like, we could just kick him, or we could backflip kick him.
Can you do this, Tom? He'd be like, I'll try it.
Cut to Sydney in the daytime. Naya is in the back seat of the car with Ambrose. Ambrose shows Naya a canister of the antivirus. It's cartoonishly large. It's like a cartoon one. It's massive. Feel like pleading for your life? Naya slaps the taste out of Ambrose's mouth. Well, then how about dying so you can make me a lot of money? Ambrose leaves the car, but leans in the door for one last jab at Naya. In just a few hours' time, you'll be assured of going down in history as the Typhoid Mary of Oz. Can't to Luther talking to Ethan. He can't track Naya until he can get access to the satellite, which he can't do until he gets his computer fixed. Luther asks Ethan how long Naya has left. Ethan says, not long. Way to be precise there, Ethan. Ethan says how Naya will take care of Naya.
It's been 20 hours since the last time I set my alarm.
He's got the watch. You think you can just like,
it's
oh, look
like,
at it. Oh, okay.
7 hours, yeah.
Yeah, it's not long.
It's not long. He probably just keeps looking at it. He's like 58, 57, 56. How long got left? 55. Not long. What do you mean? Unless we dose her with Bellerophon, Naya will kill herself. So, first things first.
It cuts to McCloy in a bunker waiting for someone, while Ambrose and his crew drive somewhere. It shows the Ambrose driving to a base-like place which is located on a cliffside. It's a biosite facility. Camera goes around to the other side of the cliffs, where you can see Ethan climbing up the cliff, putting his climbing skills we saw at the beginning of the film into effect. It's actually a cool shot as he kind of like swings right out.
Yeah, it is quite cool. Would have been an old helicopter instead of a drone too, with a big camera hanging off.
Yeah, it would have been. Billy and Luther watch on from a nearby helicopter, which they have parked up. I'm not sure where they are, but they're just like obviously landed somewhere.
They've just watched the helicopter come in, the last one that they watched fly over the building.
Yeah.
Is that the same? Nah.
We're just going to stay here. No one's going to question a helicopter just randomly sitting here.
Yeah, let's just stare at them with binoculars.
Billy informs Ethan and Ambrose and his crew have arrived, but Naya isn't with them. Ethan charges at a nearby guard and takes him out. The running kick is pretty cool. But the flipping leg drop, that was a bit much.
It's intense. It's so intense. And then, yeah, after that guy's like, he's not going to do this, and he kicks him off the cliff.
Yeah.
It's like that poor guy is going to drown because of what you've done.
He's a bad guy, though. Bad guys deserve bad things, am I right?
What if he wasn't? What if he was just like someone going for a walk in a vest? It was one of those hiking people.
It was just the third-party security team that they hired.
Tom had enough. We'll just leave the scene in there.
Ambrose and his crew meet up with McCloy in a bunker room. Cut back to Ethan running and rolling around. He sneaks into a nearby vent or access point. Ambrose pulls the Chimera virus and antidote canister out of a briefcase. Cut back to Ethan, who is slow-mo dive attacking guards. There are even pigeons floating around nearby. Not quite doves, but close enough. Classic John Woo.
Yeah.
McCloy has a lab guy check in to make sure the canister contains both the virus and the antidote. It's a DNA match. The blood's loaded with Chimera. And the other one is certainly Bellerophon. There you go, even though I have mistakes with it.
Well then, you've got both the virus and antivirus, which means I've got 30 million for you.
Not exactly. We don't want just your cash.
Well, too bad. That's the deal. Leave.
Too bad. No refunds.
What do you want?
Stock, Mr. McCloy. Stock options to be a little more precise. Ambrose rings someone on his Flash 2000 cell phone. Cut her loose, right in the centre of town. The more crowded, the better. Stamp and Wallace smile because they're two bad dudes. Luther lets Ethan know what is about to happen with Naya as he intercepted Ambrose's call. Ethan beats on another guard while he talks to Luther about getting the location for Naya. Luther can't get it yet, not until his GPS is back up on his computer.
The clock is ticking.
Ambrose asks how quickly more antivirus can be manufactured. McCloy says it can be up very quick once he's got it. Biosite stock is just a few weeks away from going through the roof. An outbreak of Chimera is about to happen, and it will all begin in downtown Sydney. This would be too close for comfort for us here living in New Zealand.
Yep, that would be here within days.
I'm like, oh no.
I mean, if COVID started in China and got here within 3 months.
Yeah, right next door to us.
Yep, goodbye.
3 million people in Sydney and 17 million people in Australia are going to need Bellerophon within the next few days, not to mention the rest of the world. Now, this is how it's going to work. Wallace, the shares outstanding are
93.4 million.
Which means, Mr. McCloy, we need to get our hands on 480,000 options. We'll borrow your 30 million to buy those options. Your stock has never sold above, what, $31 a share? When your stock goes north of 200, which it will, these options will be worth billions. And I will own 51% of Biosite.
This is outrageous. I will not let you take control of my company.
Sit down. Come back to Ethan sneaking around and disturbing the pigeons. Ethan slow-mo backflip kicks a guard while the pigeons fly around them.
Beautiful.
Ethan tapes up the mouth of the guard. This is just to kind of give you an idea of what's going to happen later. Very clever. Ambrose continues talking to McCloy, saying how McCloy will be a billionaire and that he has other terrorists and other pharmaceutical companies waiting in line. The ball's in your court, Mr. McCloy. Ethan throws a pipe explosive at the door. Ambrose hears the tapping sound it made. Stamp gets 2 of the expendable henchmen to check the door. As the 2 men open the door, Ethan shoots the explosive with his gun, causing a massive explosion. The 2 men go flying back, in slow-mo, of course. A dove comes flying through the fiery door while Ethan walks past like a badass. So that's like, that shot's just like...
Doing the smile back to him.
There are some shots in this that John Woo would like, okay, I don't even know what the story is yet, but this shot is going to be in there somewhere for no reason.
Go back through that doorway and throw a pigeon through it and then get Tom to walk past it. And he's like, cool. And they're like, what did we do that for? He's like, you'll see.
Yeah, it wasn't a pigeon though, it was a dove.
Oh, dove, yeah. You'll see.
Gone from pigeons to doves. Like, where did doves come from? Did he turn pigeons into doves? Were they wearing face masks?
Must have. Yeah. Face off.
Run that prick down. You might say they need to hunt. Ethan Hunt. Stamp and some men chase after Ethan, while Ambrose pulls out a gun and says that time is running short for Mr. McCloy. They need to conclude their business.
Yes. Start the transfer.
A man starts to transfer money from a Swiss bank account on a laptop. I've always wondered about Swiss bank accounts. Is it really a thing or a myth created by movies? Anyone can have a Swiss bank account, like any bad guy. You think there'd be a little more security than that?
Start the transfer. As soon as it's transferred, untraceable.
It's like it's a Swiss bank account. It's always a Swiss bank account. Every time.
Yeah, it is.
Cut to Stamp's men running through the corridors after Ethan. I don't know why, but it reminds me of Richter and his men moving around the pillars in Total Recall.
Oh, yeah.
Come running them off and they're all going off different directions. Like that's like the pillars. You think it's me?
It is. Yeah. It is. That's so good.
Hunt hides in the ceiling while Ambrose's men search the area. There is a dove right by Ethan that keeps making a sound, which alerts Stamp. Hold on. Does Stamp speak dove?
Must be.
Mate, he's over here, mate.
Horrond. He's like, It's just looking at him like this. And he's like, oh, yeah, there we go.
The dove flies away and Stamp now knows where Ethan is. Ethan swing kicks Stamp as he approaches, but while Ethan is getting back up, Stamp points his gun at Ethan.
Raise your hands very slowly.
Wait, haven't they been trying to shoot Ethan for about the last 20 minutes or so? Why doesn't Stamp just shoot him here?
Man, I don't know why you would. Just keep him alive.
Why?
You sure you want me to do this?
Ethan pulls out a grenade from his back pocket. Or his butt. Not quite sure which one it was.
Pre-World War II grenade. Raise your hands very slowly.
Ethan drops the grenade, then attacks Stamp. The grenade moving around is, of course, in slow-mo. The grenade explodes, knocking Ethan and Stamp down and alerting others like Ambrose and even Luther. Ambrose says to keep the money transfer going. Stamp says that he's got Ethan. Is he alive?
Yeah, more or less.
Bring him to me. The transfer completes. Stamp drags in Ethan. Well done, Stamp. Well done. Doesn't say Hugh this time, he says Stamp.
Yeah.
It's weird. Ambrose shoots Ethan in the leg. Ethan moans but doesn't speak. Stop mumbling.
I'm afraid he's got no choice. I believe I broke his jaw.
Stamp. I'm impressed. Ethan looks at Stamp with hatred in his eyes. Now, this is what's known as getting your gun off. Ambrose unloads his gun on Ethan as operatic music plays. Ethan lies motionless. As Ambrose salivates in his victory, he notices something that wipes away his smile. Ethan has a finger bandage. A lot like Stamp has. Time to slow-mo move in on Ethan's face while operatic music plays. Ambrose then removes the Ethan mask to reveal that it's actually Stamp with tape over his mouth. Stamp is dead. Like that's why
You'd be like, oh, damn.
that's why you saw the tape, I think, before, so you could actually set up that was going to happen. Otherwise, you'd be like, where did you get tape from?
And he's like, oh, breaking his jaw. You'd be like, oh, yeah.
Ambrose screams as fake Stamp runs away with the Chimera and Bellerophon. Fake Stamp removes his face to reveal it's Ethan. Man. Time to kick in some remixed Mission Impossible theme. Ethan runs to Luther and Billy, who are flying in the helicopter. He tries to reach up to them as they lower in, but get diverted by the incoming bullets from the bad guys. Ethan pulls out his gun and luckily finds some explosive canisters to shoot, causing more 2000s explosion.
It's just like giant gas explosion. Like,
It's just there. It's like, where did they come from? Ethan tells Billy and Luther to back off and pinpoint their positions. Another guy shoots at Ethan, so he somersaults in slow-mo and shoots and hits the guy without even really aiming. Another guy rides in on a red superbike, so Ethan shoots him. Another black superbike comes jumping over top. Ethan shoots him in midair, then grabs his bike when it lands.
no scratch on the bike either.
It looks perfect, yeah. It's amazing. The next sequence of Ethan being chased through the streets and off the road areas is hilarious. Later on, of course, we're on the beach, but it is hilarious see the tyres change.
Yeah, they keep changing. Like off-road tyres to road tyres.
As he rides, you can see the bike tyres changing from road tyres to dirt tyres. Ethan gets Luther to clear the bridge for him. Bad guys in a car shoot at Luther in a helicopter. Oh, I'm mad now. Luther starts firing a grenade launcher out of the helicopter at the car, blowing it up. Thum, thum, thum. Ethan gets chased and shot at by a car as he goes towards the bridge. Luther continued with the grenade launcher, taking out threats to Ethan. Ethan even slow-mo rides through some flames, Mission Impossible style. Not a scratch on the bike.
Still got mirrors as well.
The crew continue to chase Ethan. Ambrose is on that red superbike we saw before. Luther gets shot in the helicopter.
You're right, mate.
That punk put a hole in my Versace. But don't worry, Luther. Ethan puts a hole in the shooter and shoots the car, causing it to spin out of control. Ethan then does the most unbelievable thing in the movie.
Is it that That spin thing.
He gets up on the front tire of a superbike and swings around and shoots the car, blowing it up. But it keeps like showing again and again him swinging around.
Yeah. And then he's like 4 rounds into the fuel tank and it goes...
But it's the fact he's on the one tire.
Yeah.
Luther's computer comes up. He knows where Naya is. She's on the north bluff approaching the cliffs. Luther can't get a visual though. Naya's only got a little time left. So Ethan tells Luther to track ahead and pick Naya up.
Bring her to me. No. Bring her to me.
Cut to Naya walking around a bush rock area. Ethan uses the smoke from his tyres to cover the cars behind, causing them to smash into a semi-truck. Wallace and a few others are now dead. The poor truck driver.
It literally just mashed through a car.
Which he had no choice because obviously Ethan led the guys right to him.
Yeah.
An SUV still follows Ethan. Somehow the SUV catches up with Ethan on a frickin' superbike.
That's what I thought. They're in a Nissan Patrol, an Australian 1995 Nissan Patrol. Ambrose was in a 92 EF Falcon. Like,
don't worry though, as Ethan just spins around and shoots the driver and passenger with his gun.
Yeah, and 2 shots. Bum, bum.
He's that good. Only Ambrose is left now, who chases after Ethan on the red bike. Ambrose and Ethan head straight for each other. Ambrose shoots at the front of Ethan's bike, so Ethan just goes to the side of the bike, scuffing his shoes on the road.
All that rubber would be gone instantaneously.
And it'd be flesh that slid across that road.
Yeah, because it would flick your feet. You'd flick. You wouldn't be able to keep your feet straight. They'd flick off, and then you'd just be scraping your knees, holding on, going, ah!
They exchange gunfire. I like how Ethan looks through the side mirror while he's shooting behind at Ambrose. You see him in the mirror, and he's like going, shooting behind him, looking through the side mirror.
Oh, I didn't even see that.
Ethan almost hits a truck, but does a nice drift turn to avoid it. Luther and Billy are about 2 kilometers away from Naya. Naya is on a cliff edge, preparing to jump to her death if necessary. Ethan's bike gets hit by a bullet from Ambrose. Ethan has almost decapitated himself on a sharp, rusty car bonnet as he slams into a car.
Yeah, that was a bit brutal. Surely your leg would have got screwed and it was like boom.
I was thinking Final Destination there. I was like, oh, this is not getting well. Because even if you survive somehow the decapitation, which you can't, you die of rust poisoning.
Yeah, you'd be...
Ethan then goes off-road. That's right, it's time to change the tyres to dirt tyres. All thanks to the magic of editing. Ambrose and Ethan have some beach sand fun with the bikes. Ambrose even jump launches at Ethan.
Yeah, that's gold. Vroom! And then Ethan like slide tackles underneath him. Goal!
Ambrose and Ethan have a back wheelie showdown with their bikes. Ethan's bike is leaking fuel from the bullet from before. So as the bikes collide, Ethan and Ambrose jump at each other. The bikes blow up behind them. Ambrose and Ethan fall off on a fairly high sand cliff and fall to the ground. As Ambrose looks to get up, Ethan hits him with a nice sweep kick. Ethan kicks the gun away from Ambrose and takes off his jacket. Ethan does some nice kicks and a rear chin lock before Ambrose smashes him in the head with a rock. Cut to Naya, mentally preparing to die. Cut back to Ambrose, beating up just there.
Just literally just on the cliff like...
In the middle of the fight, they cut to her like, I'm going to die.
Yeah.
Cut back.
Go to the ocean, all these animals will get the virus.
Cut back to Ambrose beating up Ethan with some kicks of his own and hits Ethan in the gut with a rock. Ethan then does a charging spear takedown and they wrestle fight for a few moments.
And you can see the sponge that's underneath them, underneath the sand. Oh, really? Yeah, there's a couple of bags that have like nice padding underneath when he like drop tackles them.
Oh, well, makes sense, I guess. I'm going to drop it on sand.
He was like a prop, number 3. He just picked him up and just dropped him on the ground. It would have winded Ambrose.
Secret sponge, yeah. Then Ambrose goes to stab Ethan through the eye, but Ethan stopping in the last moment. Great shot, the knife being right up to the eye.
That was an actual real scene. Though.
Oh, it's nasty. So
it wasn't an actual sharp knife, but they actually filmed that and got that close, yeah.
Oh, far out, man. No thanks.
He told him to push down and he would just push it away from it so they could get the perfect scene. That's why you watch it push up past his eye. It kind of like flicks his actual eye, and I was just like, that is terrifying.
Because even a blunt knife, that would be nasty. Yeah. Ethan eventually overpowers Ambrose and gets back to his feet with a knife in hand. Ambrose also gets up. Go ahead, use it, Hunt. It's not a bad way to go. It's a lot better than the way that bitch is gonna die. Go back to Naya on the cliff edge. Dramatic music kicks in to let you know that the end is near. I'm gonna fall off the cliff. Ethan has flashbacks of the film we have just watched of Naya injecting herself. Ethan drops the knife and decides to fight Ambrose hand to hand. I don't know why, but okay. There are some punches back and forth between them until Ethan does a slow-mo enziguri kick to Ambrose's head. A lot of wrestling moves using this.
He does do the back of his head, yeah.
The helicopter arrives at Naya's location. Cut back to the fight. Ambrose picks up the gun. It says gum here, but the gun. But Ambrose picks up the gun, so Ethan does a modified standing rock bottom style drop, which causes Ambrose to drop the gun. Ethan knocks Ambrose down with a missile drop kick, and even hits Ambrose with a cartwheel kick.
What else can we have? Let's fill the scene.
He hasn't flipped this way yet. Ethan goes nuts on Ambrose. The arm grab that Ethan uses to rest his leg and kick Ambrose with is pretty sweet. Like, he grabs his arm, puts his own leg on Ambrose's arm, and then bends his knee and kicks him.
Yeah, this is my move.
It's like, what the hell, man? Ethan finishes off Ambrose with a spin kick. You know that Ethan won the round as Ambrose fell back slowly, like in the Street Fighter games. KO! Ethan goes to punch Ambrose again, but Ambrose is incapacitated. The helicopter lands behind Ethan. Ethan looks at his watch, then limps over to his jacket and grabs the antivirus. Luther runs towards Ethan to help when he suddenly stops in his tracks. Hunt! Ambrose has a gun pointed at Ethan. You should have killed me. You should have gone for the head.
Yeah, you should have gone for the head.
Conveniently, there is a gun half covered in sand sitting right in front of Ethan on the ground.
Yeah, Holly walked past and went, oh, of course it's there in between his feet. She goes, nowhere else.
Ambrose had plenty of time to shoot. Don't worry, though. He didn't. He's just like, I'm going to kill you now, but I'm going to stand. I'm actually not going to shoot you for a while. I'm going to give you some time to get a gun. Ethan throws the antivirus to Luther, and at the same time, kicks up the gun from the sand, grabs the gun, and shoots back at Ambrose in slow-mo. Mission Impossible style.
Shoots him 7 times in the chest.
Very similar in Bad Boys 2. Bad Boys 2 came out after this. But in Bad Boys 2, a mine goes off and the gun jumps up in the air because of the mine going off, and then Will Smith shoots the bad guy. Very similar way.
I thought you were going to say shoots Martin Lawrence in the butt.
He does that at the start of the film, yeah. Ambrose is dead. Luther shoots Naya in the arm with the antivirus. Ethan and Naya look at each other. It fades out to Swanbeck talking to Ethan. Miss Hall's blood, it appears, has absolutely no elements of the Chimera virus, not even the antibodies.
Yes, I gathered as much.
But you are under specific instructions, Mr. Hunt, to bring back a living sample of the Chimera virus.
You go do it then.
That's exactly what Ethan said.
Anthony, your Thor's dad. Get over yourself.
I'd be very interested to know how you managed its recovery, subsequently got destroyed.
By fire. It's the best way, really.
Oh, well, Mr. Hunt, as for Miss Hall, in light of her efforts, her criminal record will certainly be expunged, wiped out. 50 points for Gryffindor. I'm assuming you approve.
I do.
Ethan smiles. Yeah. Where is she now, by the way? Any idea?
I don't know. Not exactly.
So what are your plans?
I don't know. Some sort of vacation. I'll let you know where I'm going.
Don't have to do that. It wouldn't be a vacation if you did.
Thanks, Anthony. No.
The scene transitions with Ethan and Naya looking at each other in a crowd. As you can see, they're both still in Sydney. You'd think that they would want to get away from Australia as soon as the mission was over? No? Okay then. Ethan and Naya kiss.
Let's get lost.
Oh, don't worry, Ethan. Naya does, as she is never seen or spoken of again in the Mission Impossible film series.
Gets rid of her.
They hope the Chimera virus did actually store in her body, and she died horribly.
Oh, yeah, true.
End of movie. Right, now that we've gone through the movie Mission Impossible 2, Matt, let's go to our ratings.
Nobody Does It Bennett. Maha!
Right, so we've done our ratings now for Mission Impossible 2, Matt. So for story, out of 5, what have you given Mission Impossible 2?
I gave it a 3. It's a pretty good story, really. Virus, stop it before it's too late. I like it. It's a good story.
Fair enough. I gave it a 2. A movie called GoldenEye came out about 4 or 5 years before this, and is very similar in a rogue agent that's told better. This movie, especially after the first one, all the intrigue it got, this one didn't really have much intrigue. It was just a full-out action film. And it's fun to be an action film, but there's not much story there. So I gave it 2. For acting, I gave it 2 out of 5. Again, an action film, yes, but the acting's not great.
Acting's horrible. Yeah. I don't know why they had to slow-mo walk past all this.
I thought Ambrose was crap. As a bad guy, I didn't like him much. I thought the best one actually was probably Stamp. I was actually quite curious with Stamp's especially his South African accent, because he's an Australian actor.
Yeah, and he grabbed him by the throat. He was a bit vicious, yeah.
And Luther was fun, but you don't see much of him. And Anthony Hopkins is just weirdly there. He's just there to take a paycheck.
Yeah, I don't know why he was there at all.
Just for name recognition. I think. Tom Cruise is fine, but even Tom Cruise doesn't seem like he's fully interested. And this movie just seems a little bit like in the other movies he's so intense and so ready.
Yeah, I just want to do action scenes.
But in this he was more laid back and more like, all right. So what would you give an acting, sir?
I gave it a 2 as well.
Gave it a 2 as well. Sorry, I missed that one.
So what did you do for the first one?
I did 2 for the first one. So how well it holds up, Matt? What have you given it?
I gave it a 4, surprisingly, because after all these years, it still does hold up quite well. Like, I still enjoyed the whole movie from start to finish. There were some bits that I went, oh my God, that's right, when it was a bit ridiculous with the 47-year fight scene at the end and the motorbikes and all that, but it still holds up pretty well with like, all the Transformers and all the movies that have come out now. It still holds up.
In this situation, I can see it being really high or being really low depending on your taste or what you want to see in the Mission Impossible series itself. Like for that one, I can see as an action film and stuff, it still holds up reasonably well. Like, there's nothing in it that makes me go, oh, it's aged horribly, except for the jokes.
Yeah, true.
So that the Anthony Hopkins joke was terrible.
The same joke three times, yeah. One at the start, one at the end. Oh, we'll just slip those on there so the people listening remember.
I've given it a 2 because I'm putting it in consideration against all the other Mission Impossibles.
Oh, you're fair.
In that situation, I'll give it a 2 because it does not hold up compared to the other ones. Like, I know the other ones are newer and better. Like, even the first one and stuff holds up a lot better than this one does. Like, it's just the style, the tone. Like, I love Bad Boys 2 of this era as well. I think this is just, it just leans too much into the slow-mos and into the ridiculous martial art moves that sometimes do. It's like, it's fun to watch. It's a fun 2, but it's a dumb 2.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair.
For music, Matt, I've given it a 3 out of 5. It had some cool action music moments and nothing that made me go, oh, that's terrible music. So I enjoyed it for what it was for the music, so I'll give it a 3.
I gave it a 1. Just based on none of it made sense. First bunch of music made no sense to what was going on. The only things that made sense were the nostalgic dun 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 dun. But then even those weren't.
I like the operatic music too for no reason.
It was different, yeah. It's like he's a special magical spy.
And of course at the start I've got a bit of a soft spot for the hey now, aka waka one day.
Yeah, that's what it was just.
Shaka Mafia, oh no, Shaka Mafia, all day. And for visuals, how good it looks, Matt. What have you given it?
What did you give for music?
For music, I gave it a 3.
I gave it a 4 for visuals. Can't really fault the fake masks. I've seen worse from today's.
Fake masks are good.
Yeah, they were amazing. I gave it a 4.
I have also given it a 4 because even though it had, like I said, the sequel doesn't hold up well for me, and especially against the other Mission Impossibles, some of the shots on their own are damn cool. Like the shot where you see like Naya through Ethan's glasses.
Oh, yeah, true, yeah.
That's really cool. The dove shot of the flames. I mean, this is
when he's
awesome.
throwing his glasses at the very start.
And even the flashy moves, they're shot well, and they're shot really cool. They're shot when they're going across the cliff and you see him climbing. Even the chase ones, it's shot well. Joel Moore's a really good action director.
And all to know that was done on a helicopter with a guy who has a helmet on with the camera lens, and he's following with that big camera underneath the helicopter. Like, compared to now, like, that's well shot.
It is well shot. The reason I give it a 5 is there's too many slow-mos. There's way too many slow-mo shots. Right, so let's go through what we've got here for the ratings for Mission Impossible 2. For story, Matt, I gave it a 2 and you gave it a 3. For acting, you gave it a 2 and I gave it a 2. For how well it holds up, I gave it 2 and you gave it 4. For music, you gave it 1 and I gave it 3. And for visuals, how good it looks, you gave it 4 and I gave it 4. Gives me a grand total of 13 out of a possible 25 stars. And gives you, Matt, a 14 out of a possible 25 stars, which gives it 27 out of 50 stars. So let's remind everyone here what the top one is. The worst of the worst still was Mortal Kombat Annihilation with 15.5 stars. Remember, the worse the movie, the lower the score, the higher you're up, and worst of the worst. So 15.5 stars is Mortal Kombat. Second is Alien Resurrection with 24 stars. Third is The Amazing Spider-Man 2, Rise of Electro with 26 stars. And in fourth equal, we have X-Men Origins Wolverine and Mission Impossible 2 with 27 stars. Moved up to be fourth equal, so Escape from LA is rated higher for us than Mission Impossible. And so is Batman and Robin, Star Wars Episode 2, Attack of the Clones, Jurassic Park 3, MIB International, up there in 33.5 stars, Spider-Man 3 with 37 stars, and Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix with 37.5 stars. Yeah, fourth equal now with X-Men Origins Wolverine. Didn't know what to expect, to be honest, in this situation, because with Mission Impossibles, they are a lot of fun, but then when you're ranking them, like I said, with Total Recall, I was surprised how low that was in our MRU charts. It's like towards the bottom of the table. Has a lot of great moments, but then when I thought about it, it's like, for me, it didn't really have a great story, or the acting wasn't that great, or when you put it into categories like we do, a fun film can still be one that's not rated very highly. So although Mission Impossible was 27 out of 50 stars, I had a lot of fun with it. Would I watch other Mission Impossibles first before this?
Absolutely. Even Mission Impossible 1 is one of my least favourites.
Yeah, I can't even remember the first one at all.
The first one's fine, but like it's more espionage spy. I like the more action-packed. But also the later ones mainly because of this one story that continues.
Yeah.
As well as the fact that Tom Cruise has just gone completely crazy with his stunts. Yeah, I think the ratings are getting higher as well because people are starting to just
Appreciate them.
and the fact that with all the stuff that's been going on with Hollywood over the last 10 years or so now, Tom Cruise doesn't look so bad no more.
No, he doesn't at all. Tom Cruise looks great.
Let's go watch the movies and take the movies on their own accord rather than who's in them. If you like what you hear or have any suggestions or thoughts for us, who knows, it might be about Mission Impossible 2. Well, you can contact us by going to the Nobody Does It Bennett Facebook page. Nobody Does It Bennett is available on Spotify, iHeartRadio, and other podcast outlets. Nobody Does It Bennett is now available on YouTube, so don't forget to like and subscribe. Matt, now that we've gone through Mission Impossible 2 and rated it, any final thoughts?
Still enjoyed the movie. It was still a good movie. I'd watch it again.
At the end of the day, that's all we're here for, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
It doesn't have to be a perfect 10, as long as you go out of the 2 hours and go, you know what, I had fun. For me, Mission Impossible 2 is a fun action film that really is a movie of its time. Reminds me of movies like Swordfish, Bad Boys 2, and The Fast and the Furious, the first one, that came out around the same era.
That was a good movie.
Lots of slow-mo and spinning shots mixed in with high explosions and techno-rock remixes of already established themes. Mission Impossible 2 is flashy, but overall forgettable, with a villain that isn't really more than a cheap knockoff of Sean Bean's 006 character in the James Bond movie GoldenEye. Compared to the other films in the Mission Impossible series, this one, in my opinion, is at the bottom. Matt, thank you for joining me here tonight.
No problemo.
And thank you for listening. Remember, some others may do it better, but nobody does it better. Take care.
It's the end of the show, and now it's time to go. Don't be sad, just be glad. Then nobody does it, Bennett.